Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay, I have one. Do you see all the name?
Let's try them. Let's still try.
Hello there. Happy Friday. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. If this is your first time here, we normally talk about, in this spot every week, Marvel's What If. We do a recap with my friend Troy and Jason, but also on the channel, we usually look at some of the new toys, new Marvel toys that are revealed by the Hasbro Marvel Legends team. And since we got a Fan First Thursday event yesterday, I thought it would be a good opportunity to put both of those, shows into one. And you know how I feel, as the Spice Girls say, when two become one. So, this is why we're here tonight. So, I hope you're a toy collector, as well as a fan of the Marvel's What If show. And if you enjoy what's going on the channel here, please feel free to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, with the notifications on. You'll know when we go live every night on time, because I have it scheduled at 9:05, not 9 o'clock, so I'm not late, Yoko. And I like to chat about this stuff with my friend. You know him on Instagram as Troy Collects Toys. Oh, you got the small window. My bad. What's up, Troy?
Hey, how are you tonight?
Busy day.
Same.
I just jumped from another live stream over here, and somehow Mario is there and commenting here, so I appreciate him. What's new with you?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Just I literally just walked in from the gym, so I'm sorry for my appearance. I usually have a headband on, but I literally got in and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta start streaming right now. So this is what you're gonna deal with today. So sorry, guys.
Nobody would have noticed a difference, I don't think, unless you had said something. But Troy, you are on Instagram at Troy Collects Toys. You post a lot of toy news and sightings here in for Canadian collectors, but just cool stuff that you collect overall. So please do check out Troy. He has a YouTube channel. I have all the links in the description below. A lot of stuff this week. First of all, a lot of stuff has been hitting stores unexpectedly. We here in Canada, we've seen the Marvel Legends Hydra Smasher. There's so many names and so many toys. I have to pause sometimes. I don't know if I'm getting old or it's just an overload of toys. Probably the first one. But Hydra Stomper, which was, I thought it was December. It's the street date seems to have moved up. EB Games or sorry, GameStop is starting to ship orders out. So did you see in Northern Legends someone ordered from EB? Again, GameStop Canada, and they shipped it out already and received it. So that's crazy.
It was funny because yesterday, Wing or Lose messaged me. He's like, "Yo, it's live. Go get it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go get it." Because I have my order in, but I'm not waiting. I'm going to wait for it, whatever. But then I was like, okay, I'll get it. And then the live stream happens, and when we're watching the live stream, all we're doing is screenshotting, and we're trying to get as much pictures as we can. And I totally forgot about it. Went right after the live stream, and it was sold out. So I was like, damn. But if anyone is in Ontario should be getting the Hydra Stomper. Says in Toys R Us, said August 22nd to the 28th. So check Toys R Us this weekend. And EB Games or GameStop. I'm always gonna see EB Games. So it's like
I don't call it Rogers Center. I still call it the Skydome.
Skydome.
Only local people will really know that.
Yep.
Except Plasty, who I had on Unboxing Thursday last night. Huge baseball fan, so he would know that for sure.
He should. But
this is hit.
Ooh. Odin. What did I get?
Thor has hit, and someone posted pictures today. At Toys R Us, I believe, the Jon Favreau 2-pack and the Iron Man Thanos 2-pack also on shelves. So
my gosh.
On top of that, we're here to talk about, new reveals that we were I want to say bombarded, but that makes me sound ungrateful. It's like, how about gifted?
I honestly, the term bombarded is a good word to use right now, just because like what's happening like with us, we're getting everything at once, and then on
It is a
top of that,
bombardment.
it's like we're getting a whole bunch of like, oh, here's reveals, more reveals, and then today there's like we have a super reveal today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much happening in so little time. I feel like I'm overwhelmed a bit, but like, hey, I love it because I'm a toy collector at heart. So it's just thrilling, it's a thrill of the chase to get these things. So
Heck yeah. I added a poll in the YouTube because I am old. Because today I backed Galactus in a very strange turn of events. My lady was just like, "Why not just get it? Just get it, and
oh,
at least you can have it and experience it." And she talked me into it. I was kind of on the fence, and and then on top of that, for the HasLab, we even got a reveal. Because we're like, oh, we have Fan First Thursdays, we can talk about all that stuff. There's so many toys. Hey, here's another thing you can talk about. Now they have this Morgue
yeah,
as another tier unlock. So it's I got in.
literally, like I think you and like 5 other people messaged me at once going, watch this video, and I was like, I was literally in mid squat set, and I'm going, oh, I'm gonna squat, and then literally my phone is blowing up. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm 1 second. I look and I'm like, okay. I was like, I went to my friend, I was like, you go. I had to watch the video, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then like literally 20 minutes later, I'm still like on my phone trying to like get the post going. And my friend's like, are you good? I was like, I think this was the worst time to go for a workout. Like it was bad. So wow, so much happening. And
That's
like
funny.
the train is not stopping, which I can't complain about because
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, let's look at the toys real quick after I shout out some of the awesome people who have joined us tonight. We have channel member Toy Rensu. Shout outs to everyone in the Butter Nation coming out tonight. Appreciate having you here, Toy Rensu. We have a new channel member, Loki. Love that. Love that name. A Great White North Empire. And again, if you want to become a channel member here, you have to join, completely optional, but you get a choice of some special emotes that aren't available to non-channel members. You can liven up the chat with those, and depending on which tier you choose, you might get early access to some videos. I'm working on some stuff this weekend, so stay tuned. We have some people here from the channel members. We have Chamba. What's going on? From one stream to another. I'm not like you, Chamba, where it's 2 streams at the same time. We have a friend of the channel member, and toy friend Yoko is here. I'm only going to highlight that message before she starts trolling. We have Trevor 16 Shooter, who will be on Unboxing Thursday, September 16th, I believe. The 3rd episode of the month. So I'm excited for that. 796 Studios is here. Yoko, shout outs to Yoko, also watching on Twitch, and Troy as well. And Loki says, is there an on the fence option for the poll? I mean, the question is, did you back it? Not have you decided. So if you technically haven't backed it yet, you choose no. Troy chooses no. Cerebral Deep is here. How are you doing? Mr. Fred from the Nudo House is watching on Twitch. How are you, Fred? How are you? I haven't joined into Twitch for a while, into your streams, but I miss you, man. It's been a while. I'll tune in the next time. It's been real busy, but let's get to it. So on Thursday they had a new stream, and so like I mentioned, so much stuff was revealed. We can start off with the Eternals first, which they're very aware that it was leaked a while ago, but they keep joking. Like the team keeps joking, like, "Hey, here we are officially for the first time for people who are just seeing it." The Marvel Legends wave for the Eternals movie, and because there was recently a new trailer that came out. What's up, Marcus E? What's up, Ultramagnetic Lion? Welcome. We have I'm not even that familiar with the Eternals. How about you?
I have no idea who they are, to be honest. So when Marvel Studios was like, "Hey, we're making an Eternals movie," I was like, "Who?" So then I had to go read everything about it, and it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting concept, but for me, like I'm very a modern person, so I don't know like Jack Kirby and like early Stan Lee stuff.
Right.
So I think that's kind of something that I really need to go back and educate myself on. But for me, I could appreciate Marvel Studios doing something different and out of the box. So this is kind of cool for me. Like, will I get the figures? Well, we'll see in a few minutes. But it's great that we have a different genre and very like old like golden age characters coming to the big screen, so it's cool.
Right. So this portion of the stream tonight is the dope or nope portion. If you are a channel member, feel free to use the emotes that you have access to. I just gave a sample of it in the chat. There we go. There it is. So let us know. And you know what? We don't know that much about the Eternals. You know who probably does and might? Mr. Jason Lapidus himself.
Jason, hello.
What are
Gentlemen,
you turning around for, the fanfare? And the crowd goes wild.
I don't have earbuds today or my microphone, so if my sound is bad or worse than normal, I apologize.
Sound pretty normal, on par with
I think
the Eternals.
I think me and Jason are both in that same struggle bus because my AirPods died and I left them in my sweater pocket and they were dead. So I'm using like these old, like refurbished headphones I found in my drawer somewhere. So
nice.
I apologize if I'm like, I'm a little bit delayed, but hi, Jason.
Hey, man. Nice to see you. Hope everyone's doing good. Troy, you feeling good?
Yes. Feeling a lot better. But if you hear me lisp, sorry, I bit my tongue really badly on Wednesday. So
I'm okay. We don't bother us at all.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, you can follow him on Instagram at Jason Lapidus, a great artist.
That's
doing some cool stuff, and he's gonna school us a little bit. I think for me, this wave is like, I don't know them that well, but I'm interested to see the movie. It seems like there's some really cool, there's Game of Thrones actors, there's Salma Hayek, and and Angelina Jolie. So I can't make a decision on the wave. Well, my decision on the wave right now is I don't think I'm going to get it yet. But it might be one of those. It's like, oh, do I need T'Challa Star-Lord? No, that's weird. And then I watch episode 2, and it's like, okay, I need it. So I'm reserving judgment on that.
You're going to let the movie win you over.
Yeah, and you know what? I just backed Galactus, so maybe I should be a little bit more selective.
That's fair, man. No, I've read the Eternals. I know their place in at least the original run, and I kind of have a sense of their place in the Marvel universe and in their like place in chronological comic book world, like what it means to have the Eternals, which is kind of like one of the first Marvel properties that doesn't have Stan Lee involved, but it's all Jack Kirby. So this is like there's a little bit of a rivalry piece. There's a long-standing thing about who gets credit for creating things at Marvel, and we all know that Stan, as the editor-in-chief, would give assignments to people, and those people would come back with fully drawn pages, and Stan would then script them. But Stan didn't create the characters that you see before you. He would create a name or an idea, like, hey, let's have a kid hero. And then someone says, okay, we'll call him Spider-Man. But Stan tells his own history, and he's the greatest promoter of his own history that any person's ever had. And we all love him because he's a sweetie pie, but he screwed so many people out of millions and millions of dollars. That all being said, Stan, without Jack Kirby, created nothing. Mm-hmm. Jack Kirby, without Stan Lee, creates a ton. And this is his first kind of Marvel piece that he creates completely by himself. He's both writer and, penciler. So I'm rooting for the Eternals, but what I see in the movie trailer and what I see in the figures, I don't see any Jack. I see a neat kind of MCU that is unique.
Right.
They don't look like superheroes, do they?
Not really.
Right.
Are they supposed to be superheroes, or are they just sort of like mystical beings that have been around a long time? That I feel like that's the vibe I get from the costumes.
If you can look at comics from like a bit of a less than literal point of view, like Jack goes exploring this idea that there are these cosmic beings that are godlike and cosmic and love Earth. So he starts it with Thor and the Inhumans, and then he leaves Marvel and goes and makes the New Gods at DC with Orion and Light Ray and all those characters. Then he comes back to Marvel and makes the Eternals, and it's this ongoing cycle of like these cosmic things. He's getting to an idea. He's circling around his whole career, like something special, cosmic, godlike, something. He's trying to tell something. And with this one, it feels like they're going for it in the movie, but it just doesn't look like the colors and the persona. You know, as much as I like, is it Richard Madden? Is that his name? As Icarus, like Icarus is Thor and Orion and Captain America. He's supposed to be like just the epitome of the square jawed, blonde haired white male. And Richard Madden's cool, but he's got nuance and he's smaller. And he seems like he has some thinking. And Icarus is a kind of a blunt instrument. But anyway, the comics they're really weird.
Does this head look a little bit large, or is that the character is it supposed to have? You mean, like you said, it's a child.
A large head. It's just no.
Is this prototype? Does this head? Okay, I don't have the screen on because I'm a noob. But yo, tuber, does this head look bigger than proportionally?
This one right here, Sprite.
Yeah,
Sprite's a child.
Right.
So that looks great. She looks amazing as Sprite. Amazing.
All right, Dan Who, I sent you a message on IG. Thank you for stopping by. But you'll know what we're talking about when you see the message. What's up, August Photo Inc., Darth Gutierrez, welcome back. So, I don't know, are these dope or nope for you, Jason, knowing the characters? I know you are more selective than I am.
The one I really want is the Build-A-Figure. I love the character of Gilgamesh. But I don't know where I'd put these. I don't my MCU shelf ended at Endgame,
right?
So I don't know. These are a whole new thing. The movie's going to win me over. Is what's I'm letting the movie and these awesome actors and the great director. I'm going to let them win me over, and then I'll chase them all.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Nice, well done.
Yes.
I think they all look great. They look great. And I loved hearing Dwight say that I think, was this the line he said he was able to put the most time into?
I think he said, due to, COVID and delays, they were able to put a little more time into it.
Right. But they're more screen accurate. It's not none of that stuff that's happened over the years. I
don't know if it's more work or less rushed. Is there a difference there, or is that semantics?
The idea, of course, being that they're often making figures based on concept art.
Right.
We've seen wave and wave and wave of figures based on concept art. They make a tweak in the second wave, or they give us a figure years later that is, an update or whatever. But these ones, I think, will be dead on for what we see in the movie, which is really cool.
I mean, if you want the whole team, you have to get Salma Hayek from Walmart and I don't know all their names, so I'm just going by Angelina Jolie is like probably Target or something. I think those two were exclusives.
Their names are kind of usually a mythological thing that with a bit of a twist on it. So Icarus is just spelt different than the Greek Icarus, and Athena is just Athena.
Athena, I assume.
And
like they've been around for 7,000 years. Is the idea that like these heroes from mythology that are derived from these beings who have been around.
Yes.
And therefore the names are so similar.
And Makari is Mercury.
Right. Not Mercari, the place where all the YouTubers get all their new toys early?
That is not, I don't think, with Jack. I haven't read all of his articles, but I don't think
that's right. I shouldn't assume.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Blake for the super chat. Just very simply, he says, keep up the great work. Thank you. thank you for watching, and I hope this is all enjoyable for everyone who's here.
When I stopped collecting the Avengers back in like whatever the late 80s, Gilgamesh was a member. He doubled. He was considered in like the Marvel Universe like handbook. He was also often called the Forgotten One, and he was sort of this warrior who had been every great hero through time, who they didn't know who it was that guy.
Well, I just came from another stream where myself and Dan, who the only non-Americans, were kicked off. So we are kind of the forgotten ones. And if you guys liked the surprise guest from last week, we have Mr. Dan Who joining us today.
Viva la Resistance. That's what we're doing, right? Starting the coalition.
Wait, are you supposed to raise your fist to say "Long live the Queen"?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the right.
Just raise our cup of tea. That's what we're meant to do. I think that's how you salute. Pal. Hello, gents. Yeah, Troy, Kevin sent the link.
Ben.
Hello, lads. How you doing? It's sorry if I'm a little bit deluded. It's 2:30 a.m. in the morning over here, and Kevin's just tempted me to click a link, and I was like, oh, okay, why not? Okay, why not? I could go to bed, or I could come and join and talk to you guys about Legends. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, who needs sleep? Oh shoot, Chamba says Commonwealth crew. Yes, let's make some t-shirts. Chamba's part of it. Australia, let's go.
Isn't Canada part of the Commonwealth too?
Yeah, that's why me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Us three. Dan, should I send Chamba the link too?
I think you should.
Everyone, just grab a cup of tea. Dan, for people who don't know, I'm sure you already do, has a channel as well on YouTube. He recently got the exclusive reveal for the new, here we go, Captain.
There you go.
Britain action figure from Marvel
So
Legends.
Cool.
There he is. Beautiful. He's beautiful. Yeah, very happy with that.
I want to say, congratulations, man. It's a good feeling. I have to assume
you would know, my friend.
Yeah,
you would know.
Yeah, so it must be cool. You get that. I got Wolverine, and we're representing our countries.
As I said, like I'm just a fan first and foremost, but it is like a little bit of validation for the channel. Do you know, like years of talking about Legends Online, it's nice to be on Hasbro's radar. So no, I'm very grateful, and the lads at Hasbro know that as well. Like Dan, Ryan, Dwight, the big three, they're great. And yeah, Captain Britain. Let's be honest, I couldn't have picked a better character to reveal on the channel. So yeah, no complaints from me. And you got Wolverine, who's Canadian as well. So yeah, we got the right picks, to be fair.
But you, in your video, you had a flag draped over yourself, like you just won the World Cup or something.
I literally Amazon Prime that. Like Ryan, because Ryan sent me the package, and he didn't tell me what was coming, but I knew I was getting a figure to reveal. And then
really?
I seen, so he didn't tell me what it was until I literally got the box open. And then when I seen it was that, I was like, wow, I need to do something fun for the video. So I Amazon Prime the flag, and I was just being ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I was gonna eat tea, drink, like eat crumpets, and just smoke a pipe, and just do all the British stereotypes I could in the video. But I as I said, because I knew I'd get eyes on this video that don't even know me as a channel, so I didn't want to like completely put people off straight away. So I thought I'd just sort of stay neutral. But the flag, patriotic, but as I said, good reason to be.
It was awesome, man. And again, congratulations. You've already gone through some of these legends on your stream earlier this week on Thursday. But I'm happy to have you here. We're gonna go. You've got Hit or Miss. We've got the Canadian version, Dope or Nope. And I'm happy to have you. I know it's late for you, and I'm not kicking you off, but I'm happy to have you here for as long as you are.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Since the other guys, they're going to be like, wait, Dan said he had to leave.
No,
going to bed, and then they're going to see you here. Well, you did mention earlier about the Eternals. What was it? The Eternal figures look great. Looking forward to this film. I think all four of us here kind of agree.
I was loving. I was literally just jumped in real quick before I went to bed to say hello, and I was loving the insight from Jason. Like, I think I was watching the live stream for this chat, and you know what the community are like straight away. They're like saying these figures ain't great, but whether you're going to buy them or not, you can't say these figures don't look great. They do not look screen accurate. They look perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're pinless, all new molds. The character likeness and portraits look amazing. You can tell who each character is. So like, I just think people are just being very negative because they don't personally want to buy these figures. But bottom line is, these are some great Marvel Legends figures that represent what we're going to see on screen, and it just gets me more excited for the movie because I'm very excited for the movie as well.
I would imagine it's the same way for, you know, before we saw Captain America. You know, like, you don't know if you're going to love Chris Evans until we saw.
Yeah.
And it you know, even, especially after a few movies, some people didn't love the first Avenger when it came out. Like, they fell in love with Steve over the years, and then now you go back and watch that movie, and it's just like comfort food for some people, like personally. But with these ones, like exactly what you're saying, we don't know what they're going to be, but the translation to plastic from screen is maybe the best that we've seen. Who knows? We get to see that movie, but they look phenomenal. My only kind of thing that I'm not loving about the trailer is I'm not a huge fan of the pattern of gray to black CG villains.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't
the
want.
Deviants.
I want a monster. The Deviants. I get it, and you know, they do change shape and they can be whatever. Crow in the comic book would look much more like Thanos. He's pink and he wears like cool sunglasses, and he's not a multi-armed, you know, shape-changing thing. He's just like a big, like, you know, Grimace. Anyway, but I don't connect as much to those CGI characters as I do to a human being, with the exception of Thanos.
Right.
He didn't morph, right? He stayed, and it was an incredible, like, once in a million years kind of translation from a CGI character with motion capture. But this Crow is like, it's part alien queen, you know, from the Aliens movies, part tar monster from Star Trek season 1. I don't know what it's going to be. So I'm hoping that we can connect to that character more. I'm hoping that there's a soul to it.
I trust in our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige with whatever he wants to do.
In
Feige we trust.
yeah, trust.
That's awesome. You know, part of this event that they had on Thursday, whole bunch of reveals. Dan, Dan, you got Galactus, right?
Yes, I literally only back today. Hasbro Pulse wasn't taking my card. Like, I had been trying for a little bit, but they weren't taking my card. I had to phone up Hasbro Pulse and be like, please take my money. Like, I'm trying to buy Galactus here. It's ridiculous. But yeah, today I got him today. I'm very happy. Very happy.
I heard you saying that on your stream. How, like, you even name dropped the lady you spoke to. Like,
Sasha.
hey, can you please take my money?
Yeah, Sasha at Hasbro, if you're out there watching, hello. Why didn't you take my money, love? Come on now. I wanted Galactus.
I'm waiting for at least Monday to back it. So I will be backing it. It's just like not yet. So I'm just waiting, if that's fair.
Lots of people are going to be on your page as well. I reckon we're easily going to get the Morg unlock as well, by the way. We're going to hit 20K. The last day, you'll get loads of people with FOMO jumping on last minute. Yeah, I predict it's going to hit the 20K. Not a problem.
It's funny because I was talking about this maybe like 4 weeks ago about like how we were so low, and I was like, maybe they're waiting for international stuff coming in, like all the orders. Literally, we went from 14,000 to 18,000 in 2 days, and I'm like, what the heck? So I think they're putting in the international orders in from the other sites, so that's why we got a huge boost. But 100%, Dan, we're gonna get that 20,000, and I really, really want this Morg figure so badly. It looks great. So good.
So Morg, dope.
Yes,
dope.
All around.
Dope.
Jason, you can use words. There you go. You don't need double thumbs up. We finally got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer this week. And Jason, Troy, we mentioned this in our group chat. It's like, was the Alfred Molina Spider-Man? I brought that up. Was he that good, or did people just happy to see him come back?
Was he that good? Do you mean was the character that beloved?
Yeah, from that movie.
I think everyone liked him, but I mean, at the time, people were. It wasn't like the way people felt about Killmonger or Thanos when those movies came out. I think the reaction was more just because it's like, now this is a reality that characters are coming back. Like, that's the, it is a not tangible, but it's like a real provable sign that the thing is happening. I mean, Melina isn't like a genre fan favorite in a variety of roles, the way some actors or actresses like play multiple things, and now here they are again, and like, oh, they're joining, like coming from Game of Thrones, and now they're in the MCU, and like, oh, we love this person, and we're so glad they are here. Melina's a very well liked actor, and people liked the Doc Ock, but he was not anyone's favorite. Like, he wasn't a standout performance amongst the movies. He was really good.
For me, I think I'm on the opposite spectrum. For me, like when I watched Spider-Man 2, I was what, 10 years old, and I was scared of
10?
Doc.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, basically, I think so.
Jason more so, like.
But for me, like when I grew up, I was like scared of Doc Ock, and I was like, this is a villain. And then growing up and watching, like, you know, them going through iterations of Spider-Man movies and other villains, I could always appreciate Doc Ock and him just being iconic for me. I just remember him going, "Hello, Peter," and like when he was like, I don't know, it's just so good. And like watching that trailer, seeing him at the end, it literally gave me chills. I personally think he was one of those villains I could always gravitate to. So I personally am super excited that he's back and that I could relive my childhood memories with this movie. So that's just me.
Just a challenge for a minute, just to push a button. Remember when Darth Vader came back in Rogue One?
Instigator. Yes.
Remember that?
I loved it.
Right. This isn't the same.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same. Like that was a thing. That was like mono. Like I don't even know what word I'm trying to get here. Monolithic. And that's not the right word.
I think
that was like massive. Melina's really good. I agree with you, and I'm glad you like him. And I can't wait for you to be super happy that he's in this movie. I'm like,
Darren, what about you?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do think with Spider-Man 2, people have that sort of pack mentality where they hear it's the best Spider-Man movie, so people just lean into it when, like, this is a generational thing. That Spider-Man trilogy, that first Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, for a lot of people was their first big screen comic book experience. So people have that strong attachment to it. And as the years have went on, they just have it in their head that they were amazing films. And don't get me wrong, they've got a soft spot for me as well. But if you go back, they're not the most amazing Spider-Man stories, I don't think, personally. So I do think it's that pack mentality where everyone's like, oh, Spider-Man 2 is amazing. Spider-Man 2 is amazing. It's like, yeah, it was a good film, but we've got better comic book films since then.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, but I'm happy. As I said, like for me, it's more of a question where I know this is stupid, but this is our collective brain. I'm in a safe place here, right? I've got all of the MCU movies on Blu-ray, right? All of them on Blu-ray. So now, if these comic book characters, these other movie characters feature in this MCU movie, then these old movies are technically multiverse versions of the MCU. So now, do I need to buy them in Blu-ray? Do I need to backtrack?
Yes, you do.
No, it's dangerous.
But you need them in 4K. You need them in the steel books now. Like, you got to go hunting for these now. Maybe minus Spider-Man 3 because, you know.
Yeah, no one needs that. No
one needs that right there. But, you know, like, I personally, when Loki ended, it just opened up so many opportunities and so many different universes. So now for me, I look at the MCU as a whole, and then the Fox universe and the Spider-Man universe, and I go, well, these are now branch universes in this huge universe that we call the MCU. So I could go back and like look at these movies and go, you know what? I could appreciate it. Now, apparently, rumors, I hate to say this, but we're getting some X-Men characters maybe coming and showing up in Doctor Strange. It's
Ralph Boner. It's Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner, yeah. So like for me now, I could go back and like these characters, and like I could go back and go, oh man, I'm excited for these characters. And now I could go back to get those. I hate to say it, but peg warming Magneto and Xavier set, maybe get them on my shelf a little bit. But you know, I'm excited for all the stuff Marvel has been putting out recently, and going back to the Eternals, like I can't wait for that movie because I really like Chloe Zhao, and I really like what she did with that movie. She just won. Oh my god, I forgot the name, but
No,
Um,
Adelaide.
Nomadland.
Nomadland, yeah,
Yes.
Nomadland, I think, yeah.
And I just love her style, so I'm excited to see that. And just everything the MCU has brought this year has really just been like a home run. And like I'm excited to see Shang-Chi, to see what's happening. So like the MCU is just
Whoa,
like
Jason! Whoa, what the heck?
Wow, nice.
everyone's here. I don't have it.
Where are you standing up? Where are you standing up? I'm standing up. Oh.
I don't have anything, but anyways, I'm so looking forward to the MCU this year because we have gotten some great things out of it, and I'm not.
Boys.
And I'm yeah, exactly, and I'm not a big MCU collector, as you guys know, so I could appreciate things like the Eternals wave, and I will definitely pick up, the Athena figure because, I mean, I absolutely loved Angelina Jolie growing up, so getting a 6-inch scale figure of her and putting it up on my shelf, I'm like, yes. So I'm excited, and like that's great for me. And like I pick up MCU figures now and then because I like them, but like I'm just fanboying right now, and like seeing these Spider-Man figures, which we're going to talk about, makes me like happy, and it's great. So that's just my little 2 cents on this whole topic over here today.
Nice Forrest Gump ending over there. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say.
Real quick, I want to shout out Kyle is in the house, Chamba, Plasti is here. Oh, I already mentioned that. Jotaku Toys, Marcus Yee, Jason Yang. Welcome. Enjoy the stream. Okay, let's move it along because there's some more stuff to cover. And again, real quick, this is the No Way Home Marvel Legends wave. We got 4 movie characters and a bunch of the other ones. This is the movie Spider-Man. Zoomed in way too far. YouTuber. Integrated. This is the integrated suit Spider-Man. It's like new butterfly joints, pinless, double everything. Dan, you're all guests, but you're the most guestly guest tonight. Dope or no for you for this figure?
Yeah, this is a dope. As I said, I'm biased when it comes to Marvel Legends. Most things are going to be dope. Just spoiler alert. Yeah, as I actually really like this costume design. This was concept art for, I believe, Endgame. It was in their concept art book that they released for Endgame, the graphic design. This was, I think, was meant to be the original Iron Spider, but obviously they never used it. But it's a great design, so now they're finding a place to put it. And it's a brand new mold as well, brand new figure. It's not just a repaint. A lot of people assumed it's a repaint, but it's not. It's brand new. You can see on the chest it's new sculpting. And I like the gold. I like the gold contrast and the black and the red. It pops. I like it a lot. I just think all Spider-Man figures should come with 3 sets of hands. You got the swipping, the fisted, the wall crawling. And I think this just for this figure, I think the box is a little bit empty because they haven't even put the Tom Holland head with this one, and you don't have all the hands, and it doesn't even have a Build-A-Figure piece. So it's not like they didn't have room in the box. So in regards to this figure, it looks great, but again, I'm just greedy. I wish it came with a little bit more.
I mean, I don't think that's greedy to want. Spider-Man does all of those things. You want to have him to have the ability to recreate those abilities with the hands that you get. So I don't think that's a big ask. Especially when it's a whole new body, just throw the hands in there too. Maybe. Yeah. Jason, what do you think?
I'm gonna be a little more cruel tonight and call some nopes, even though I don't think they're bad. This one I'm gonna talk more purchasing. This one's a nope for I'm gonna pass on the figure. Because it doesn't bring me anything I don't already have, except for just like a very specific suit in a long range of suits. So no Build-A-Figure part, no extra hands, no extra head. I'm okay not getting this one. So I'm just going to say it's a nope, but I don't think it's a bad figure at all. It's just I'm not going to buy it. So I'm going to say nope today. I'm going to be cruel. I'm going to be Alfred Molina Jason today, where I am cruel and
his arms are crossed.
And my all 8 arms are crossed. Yeah, I'm gonna say nope.
Troy, what about you?
Honestly, me and MCU figures, like I don't really do them. But someone did reach out to me today. One of Toronto's biggest drag superstars, Lady Bell Bell, Baby Bell Bell. Follow on Instagram. She's awesome. She's like, hey, I'll split the wave with you. You take the comics, I'll take the MCU figures. And I'm like, definitely. So for me, it's a no.
The bath.
I am taking the bath.
Oh, there you go.
So it's perfect for me. I don't have to fight for the bath. So she's taking the MCU figures. I'm taking the comic book figures. And I will just say this is a dope for me because I'm still buying the figures, but giving it to someone else.
Cool. It's a dope figure. I mean, if they redo everything, it's a brand new figure. That's dope. And that's cool that it's like concept art. You do see the tones of the Iron Spider suit in there, so it's pretty cool. But Jason makes a good point too. If I don't get it, you can still get an armadillo without this. So dope. We'll give it a just crossing the line. Dope.
Did we see this? Sorry, did we see this in the trailer at all? This suit?
No. Did we?
Yeah, when he the Hello Peter and he does the pose.
Isn't that the original Iron Spider? Or is that this one?
Oh, man, now at that point I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have to go back and look. But
I think it was that one, but I could easily. I didn't go through it with a microscope.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You see the trailer when he's unmasked running through the cafeteria?
Yes.
If it's even him.
Ooh.
It's Mephisto.
Mephisto.
I'm going to pretend I know something that everyone else doesn't know, even though I don't.
We have this the black and gold suit. If I had to choose between this one and the integrated suit to get in the wave, I think I would want the integrated suit to have the Build-A-Figure piece. I'd be more okay with not getting this one. That's a very nice way of saying I don't really care much for this look.
Like if we want a black figure, we want the black suit Spidey. Like we want a movie version of him doing the black suit thing, not a. That makes sense. With that, Kevin, if it was like him putting on the black suit with the big white logo,
right?
The MCU version. Like
I want the proper origin though. I want proper Secret Wars. He finds it like on the machine and it gets him and he gets all high. I want that. It's not going to happen because Sony are ruining it for us. But that's what I would like to happen.
Man, when Secret Wars movie, oh my God.
I think the way you can do it though, if let's say, we're going to play for a second. Some scientist looks at the transforming elements of the Venom suit of the Venom symbiote and tries to come up with like a synthetic symbiote. And it gets to be a suit for Peter that's not the symbiote, but it kind of moves like one. We might get something. Oh, one day I'm trying to help you out.
Give Kevin a ring. Give Kevin a ring.
Yeah.
Not me. So Dan, for you, how's this figure? Dope or no?
Yeah, it's a dope. So at the minute I'm treating Spider-Man like Iron Man. I want to create like a Spider-Man Hall of Armor. Do you know in the Into the Spider-Verse movie, he had like that little room with all the armors, all his suits. I'd love to create something like that for the shelf. So yeah, all give me all the different Spider-Man outfits, and I just like black and gold. What can I say? It looks good.
Or you wanted a Batman cave?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I've got a little Hall of Armor for Iron Man up there on the shelf, but I want to create one for Spider-Man now. If we're getting all these different suits, it can definitely happen.
And again, people in the chat, let me know, how do you feel about the figures as we're going through it? Jason, how about you?
No, I'm gonna say nope. Doesn't do anything for me.
Kind of feel the same way. Troy, you're muted, my friend.
Oh my gosh, I'm always muted, guys. I'm so sorry. But for me, like I need to see more of this. But like, it's a nope, but I'm still getting it kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's like,
actually, you know what? He might do something crazy in the movie where it's just like, oh shoot, I need this figure. So
this suit's meant to have like the mystical abilities, like Doctor Strange, like whether he's multiverse hopping or what, we don't know yet. But the Funko Pop comes with like this suit has some weird effects on it and that look like Doctor Strange. So I'm sure this suit has like you may enjoy it more when you see it in action type vibe.
Right. Funko Pop with the leak. Maybe I should pay more attention there.
Doesn't the Hot Toys have that too?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Hot Toys has like the effects going with it as well. So Like it's kind of the thing you have to like watch. We don't know what's happening.
Could this
For
be
me,
a
like
case of like they don't have the whole plot or design for this figure, so you might get one down the line with effects and something like that. Whereas Hot Toys and Funko Pop are just like, screw it, we're just making it and that's it.
yeah,
The gold is one of those ring sling things melted into his armor.
Oh, I like that.
Like,
I like that.
those portals.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
someone's thinking.
Somebody here has to.
Someone got on the phone with Mr. Feige.
Damn. Okay, that might change my mind. That might change my mind then.
Portal hopping Peter. And then I'm not sure what the red. I mean, the red stuff is like Iron Man stuff. Is it?
In this trailer, you can't actually see the red. So, like, I've seen people online say that it may not even be on the suit. So this may be a case of Hasbro having early designs again. Like, we don't know until we see the film, but it looks in the trailer. I didn't see any red on that suit.
Yoko says Funko's production timeline is shorter than action figures.
Yeah.
So, does that mean they
easy to make though, right?
Yes, they're easier to make. So the distance between
the turnaround's got to be quicker. Funko have got their own factory at this point.
Next, I completely forgot that he was J. Jonah Jameson. I didn't forget that he. Yeah, I didn't forget that he was the actor, but I forgot that it's two different Spider-Man. So I'm like, why is he bald now? Like, and I thought that was a plot point, and then I realized, oh, it's technically different universes, but they've brought on the same actor, which is great because I obviously love him as the original in the original movie, his rendition of JJ. So
J.K. Simmons is great. Yeah,
I keep forgetting his name.
J.K. Simmons, yeah.
J.K. Rowling, but that's Harry Potter.
She's canceled.
Oh, and canceled. So double wrong there. Suited figure, J. Jonah Jameson. I forget. You get two portraits. Jason questions my use of that word, and you get the pointing hand. Remember the old figure with the slamming down? The Spider-Man movie one. You got the desk with all the accessories. I think he had that slamming action for his hand. What do you guys think of this? I think the face sculpt looks fantastic. Troy, you want to go first this time?
Yeah, honestly, this figure is super, super dope. Like, I don't know what it is, but like Hasbro has like every single time there's a movie, they step up their like photo real game. They just step it up, and this is like a great representation of a figure that's like iconic, and it's represented perfectly in plastic. So like for me, I want to get another one for myself because this is so cool and it's so like awesome. And I really like, there was one pose that they did where it's like he's like this, and is like it was like his expression was like and I was like, this is so cool. This is like amazing in plastic form. And like again, I'm rambling, but this is so dope. Such a cool figure.
Heck yeah. Let's see. Plasti says this one is dope. Jason, how about you?
Yeah, it's dope. I want to see a third party make a toupee. So if we can make a version of him from the 3 Raimi movies, so we can interplay. Just stick an extra piece of hair on top, or just take a Hershey's Kiss and like lick it in the right spot and just stick it out.
Very strange man. Very, very strange.
I look amazing. I also love that during the reveal, Ryan was calling it by the different moods from different movies he was in.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really funny way to describe those figures off brand. It was hilarious. So I think it's dope. It's excellent.
Dan, how about you?
Yeah, dope. Give me every and all characters within the MCU for my shelf. And for me, I know this is just a suited Marvel Legends body, not the most exciting action figure, but it's about what it represents. And as we said, J.K. Simmons has been within the Marvel concept of the movies for a long time. So, like you said, it's a different version of J. Jonah, but it's still him. It's still what it represents. Yo. And like Troy said, the digital face printing tech is getting better and better. Like they're nailing it. So yeah, dope.
It's kind of funny because you can low-key switch this into the DC shelf and have him as Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, sneaky. Yeah.
Thank you for that transition, because Loki, dude, get out of my head, because he says an action figure I can hear. That's exactly what I was going to say. When you look at this, if people are doing, ACV and you're using this, I mean, I've always said, figures and faces with emotion are going to sell your toy photography and your displays and whatnot. And this is like the perfect example of something like that, where you can hear a photo. I hear his voice, from the movies. Parker. Just from looking at this. So it's a dope for me. I think it's just dope overall for everyone. What is this? The judo chop and the pointing. Was it this one, Troy, that you liked?
No, it's like he has this like one hand out, like it's like this, and then the other one's pointing or something. It's really cool. I don't know
you
if
get
it's
a flat
there.
palm. There's a flat palm. Yeah, they do get a flat palm with him. Yeah,
this one.
It's no, it's not that one. I'll send it to you.
Whatever. We have really cool Doctor Strange with the brand new, or sort of redone, updated likeness for Benedict Cumberbatch, and I believe they mentioned new spell hands. You have the Eye of Agamotto there, and the new spell hands where the effects are actually attached and part of the hands, whereas the previous ones he was holding an accessory. The spell was had like a handle, almost like a shield. So it looked like he was conducting a spell. Is that
conducting?
Yeah. Conducting?
It works.
Yeah, but here these hands are an actual accessory that they switch on. So I don't know. Is this different enough for me to get another Doctor Strange? As much as I love Benedict Cumberbatch's version of this, there have been a few MCU, two MCU ones, maybe 3, and then you have
2, and this is the 3rd.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You do have the astral one as well, if you want to count that. So technically, this is the 4th, I guess.
Absolutely right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Honestly,
I don't know if this is different enough for me. It looks cool. If you don't have
it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade, isn't it? Like for me, I always find if the figure is better, like I always want, if I'm gonna have at least one version of a character on the shelf, I want the best version of that character represented in plastic. So if this is an upgrade, then it requires a purchase for the shelf, and I can just find a place for the other one somewhere else. But I think this looks great. It's dope.
Same. With having a Strange without the face print technology, it doesn't hold up anymore. The belt looks amazing. And everything looks better than the one I already have from his first movie. But of course, the Eye of Agamotto. You guys have asked the question, I'm sure. Why is he wearing it?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I just stayed quiet. But yeah, if that was the time stone and that's now gone, what is it now?
Well, it raises many questions, like what if that is Doctor Strange? Oh, or our Doctor Strange.
There is the part of the trailer where it seemed like Doctor Strange was attacking Spider-Man was he throwing a train at him or something? I don't remember. It was all moving very fast and kind of jumbled. This is the wrong figure I wanted to show. You know what? Now that I look at this dude, the updated likeness is definitely better than this.
And the green on the arms is glued on there. Like you can't replace that. So this new one, you can have like a neutral Strange without the effects.
Yeah, I really like the look of these effects on his arms, though. I wish they could come off and I could add them to the new figure, but
they can come off.
So that I said they can come off, so I can reuse it, not just break them. All right, you guys changed my mind. That's what this is all about. Dope. I'm getting it. Chamba says somebody will pop hair on this and make an Omni-Man figure. I think he's talking about the J. Jonah Jameson, I think, or Dr.
Oh, the Invincible, maybe. Yeah, probably J. Jonah. Yeah, probably J. Jonah. Invincible, same actor, same voice.
Think. Blake says dope. Yeah, it is. And if you don't have one, a Doctor Strange MCU, here's a chance to get.
Yeah. So for me,
oh yeah, I forgot about it.
For me, like, I personally think that this Doctor Strange is the what if Doctor Strange, kind of coming through the multiverse. That's what I thought. But my question is, we have a Doctor Strange movie coming out in literally 2 months later. Are we going to get another MCU Doctor Strange? Is it going to be a different version? Like, should I wait for this one? Like, so for me, like, there's a timeline going like, okay, so we have a Doctor Strange movie. Obviously, there's going to be a Doctor Strange wave. Do I get this figure? Do I not get this figure? So it's like, it's kind of a, you know, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, because I have to buy another Doctor Strange figure in like 2 months. But for me, like, it's the best portrait of Doctor Strange and Benedict Cumberbatch. And we never had a Doctor Strange figure that is fully pinless. So for me, it's a dope. So I'm 100% on it.
Yeah. What did Plasty say? The eye/collar was destroyed. I guess the eye of Agamotto. So that leaves some questions. What's going on in the new movie? All right. So I guess dope for everyone for that. Next, we have a previously teased by just the hand accessory. We have Moreland in this really dapper suit, which I quite enjoy. He was like in all the Spider-Verse story, I guess, in the comics.
Yeah, he goes after the totems through all the Spider-Man characters within the multiverse. I like his totems, like he goes to drain their energy.
Right. Dan, what do you think? How does this look?
Yeah, it looks good. I'm always happy to add more Spider-Man character. I think maybe only Batman can sort of test Spider-Man when it comes to their rogue gallery, if you know what I mean. I think Spider-Man has one of the best rogues gallery within comics, so I'm always happy to add another villain. And this villain, as I said, is quite recent-ish. Not when, as in, he's been around for a while, but compared to a lot of the classic Sinister Six and stuff, he's more of a recent villain, and we've never had a figure for him before. And when we can add a brand new character to the shelf that's never been there, I'm always happy to do that as well. And I like how he comes with two heads as well, so you get the different expressions. One with the teeth out, because he is technically still a little vampire, ain't he? Really,
even though he's sucking plasma from his hands. Oh shoot! Did I get the other portrait? Nope. Smooth. Good job, Kevin. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but they said take the buck and make him a new Sebastian Shaw, or a modern, new Sebastian Shaw. I think that's a pretty cool suit. It's a great idea. That's a dope from Dan, who is also part of the Butter Nation cinematic universe as a member of the Hellfire Club. So
sure, I wear an outfit just like that, to be fair. Yeah.
He actually goes to bed in that outfit. his pajamas. Jason, what about you?
You guys can hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah. It's a little quieter.
I'm going to go back to the other one.
No, just talk. You're good.
Dope. Yeah, Moreland's 20-year-old character, and J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr. made the guy in 2001-ish. And he was like unstoppable.
Damn, that's one of those things where it's 2001 and you don't think it's that far back.
Well, that's what I mean. I said new, but I knew it was like past the 2000s, but I didn't realize that's nearly 20 years ago anyway. I'm like, bloody hell. But you know what I meant.
It's super cool to have, like, I like cartoonists. So this is a character that gets drawn by JR, who's like part of a legacy of Spider-Man artists in his family. So it's for me to have a character from him is always kind of cool. I like the story where he fights Peter the first time. Peter, honestly, like he gave everything he possibly had to beat this guy. It really pushed him to his limit. So it was a good story, and it's a good. It holds up for multiple reads. So I'm definitely getting this guy for sure.
Awesome, that's cool, man. It's finally got a enthusiastic dope from you, kind of.
Yeah, it was a new character and all that stuff.
Cool, man. Troy.
I think this is like a huge dope. Like, it's such a cool figure, and like it just opens the doors for more of his family kind of thing, because like he has a huge family. And I personally like the Spider-Verse story where he's hunting the totems. So for me, like, huge dope, awesome figure. Like, I really wanted this in Marvel Legends. And again, Dan, you said it perfectly. This is a great figure, and it's a new figure to add to the shelf. So like, amazing, dope.
Dan, were you the one who said Daniel was wearing pajamas?
Yeah, I think I stole that joke from someone else, but it does sort of look like he's rolled out of bed and just doing his stream in pajamas.
I remember hearing that on your stream. Like, oh my god, this guy, ruthless. But it's great. But Moreland for me, that's dope as well. New character, we haven't really seen, and he's a vampire, Spider-Man villain. Those checks a lot of boxes, so that's very awesome.
Like Dan was saying about his rogues gallery. Like, if you've been collecting Marvel Legends comic stuff, you have a Spidey rogues gallery.
Oh yes,
yeah.
So you already have a shop for this guy, right? We all do. So I'm happy to have one that isn't purple or green in the Spidey rogues gallery is a bonus. So
do you agree with me though? Right, Spider-Man in regards to Marvel Comics probably has the strongest rogues gallery.
Commonly regarded as that's the case for sure.
Yeah.
One of the only amazing things about the Spidey Rogues gallery is most of it is Steve Ditko. Like, that guy himself creates all those original villains. Up to 30 some odd issues into Spider-Man, he's got all those characters. So Rhino,
that's crazy.
Mysterio, Vulture, Doc Ock, Kraven, Green Goblin. Like, Goblin was here anyway. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. All that stuff. So Rhino, I'm repeating myself now. Dope.
Did he create the next one, Shriek?
No.
I just wanted to find a transition to the next character.
I like it. It worked.
Kind of, because it worked. You shut me down, but it worked.
Sorry. Bad improv partner. I'm supposed to always say yes and instead of no but.
For sure. I mean, this one, if you've been waiting to add to your Maximum Carnage group of villains, this is one of the ones that you've been waiting on for a while. Dan, dope or nope for this?
Yeah, Shriek's a character I've wanted for the Legend Shout for a while. I personally, as I said this, I would rather have her more classic sort of first appearance look, but this is her more modern look. So when I think of Shriek, I think as I said, a bit more cleavage, if you will. But I know the Legends team can't really do that this day and age. Yeah. But that's just how I picture Shriek in my head. Like, I'm not a weird perv, I promise.
Yes.
But
I was going to say, for your sake.
Yeah.
Anything. It's just that's
not. Just as I said, I always want my mind's eye version of characters represented on the shelf. So if I seen this character, I still know it's Shriek. Obviously, it's either Shriek or Domino on a bad day. But yeah, I like this figure. I'm happy to add Shriek to the shelf. But as I said, if it was up to me, I would have picked a classic look.
Yeah, but still dope.
Still dope.
Heck yeah, Cloud says dope. High on the wish list for a while now. Love Shriek.
Oh, and we should mention as well, completely brand new pinless female body, double jointed elbows. This is like the future, so we have to applaud Hasbro moving in this direction.
They said, this is the new female base body, so it's going to be this kind of look for I think Dwight said the next little while, right? Because like you said, double pinless everything. It's everyone who wanted double jointed elbows for a female figure. Here it is, and you get it first on Shriek. So that's a dope from Mr. Dan Hu. Jason, how about you?
It's dope for all the same reasons you guys mentioned, and because I can't see that she has a belly button. I mentioned before, I'm not happy when I see a female buck where she's wearing clothes and she has a belly button visible through the costume. They don't do that.
That's right. That was your gripe.
That was my gripe. It shouldn't look like. I mean, I agree that they're all nude with body paint, but the belly button is like one step too far.
Imagine they redid this entire female base, brand new. It's going to be the one going forward for years to come. It's fantastic. All the marvels of new technology and engineering. And we included the belly button from the past, and Jason's like, no.
Either way, so I'm not going to get this figure anyway because I don't have a connection to her, but I think it's fantastic. It looks great, and I support it all the way. So if me buying it helps convince Hasbro to keep going in this direction, then I will buy it. But I don't want the figure.
I like this. Sha.
Oh yeah, nice stance. That's good.
Troy, how about you?
Honestly, this figure is stunning, and the fact that we are getting a brand new body, pinless joints, Like, this is great. Like, this is the future of female bodies. And like, I've been complaining about the female bodies for a long time. I mean, how many of us have female figures and their legs are just warped like crazy? Like for me, like, it's just a problem that has been a problem. And these new double jointed pinless tech, they're more sturdier, and I haven't seen any warpage yet. So I'm super excited to get this. And to be honest, I'm super happy to get her beside Carnage because, you know, she loves Carnage and everything. So I'm excited to like have her right beside him. So for me, this is a dope. Can't wait to see her in the movie as well. If we're ever going to see that movie, but super dope. I can't wait for this figure.
I don't know about you guys, but I spent countless hours playing Maximum Carnage on my Super Nintendo. I have the red cartridge version. She was, you know, in that game all the time, always shooting her shriek beams, I don't know, whatever power they're called, at me. Every time I try to hit her, you know, Doppelganger would come behind you and knock you over. So I've spent so much time playing this, and, you know, adding more to my Maximum Carnage team. I'm very excited for that. So this is a dope for me. How do you three feel about this? Because Trevor, 1/6 Shooter, says, now change those hands. You have the always constant female Marvel Legend hand that kind of does this. I think it's like an all-around hand expression for every power. Is that what he's saying? That they want to change? You do see this one a lot for a while. I don't know if I have a problem with it. It's just,
I'm not mad at it. But I always like options. She doesn't need to hold anything, does she? So she doesn't need secrets, but I think she comes with secrets as well, where I always think, yeah, there you go. Like, I'd rather figures have fisted hands.
Yeah.
You know, like, just I reckon all figures should come with fisted hands just for that standard neutral pose. Because my figures are just like lined up like a school photo. So like, I just want them hands down the side, fisted hands, nice and simple. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. They're fine. I'm used to it now with the female legends.
Yeah, a secret that's true. But she doesn't really need to hold anything. It's not like detrimental. It doesn't ruin the whole thing. But it, you know, if there was a change, I do understand a little bit where Trevor's coming from. And the game is Maximum Carnage, where Cloud says it's available for Genesis and Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That's right, Troy, SNES, who was 10 watching Spider-Man 2. The next figure, dude. Okay, I just noticed this. Dan is so excited. This is the Gamerverse Miles Morales. This, I don't know. Is it the render? Is it the lighting? I don't know what it is. This figure looks amazing. It looks like an import figure. It's Miles Morales in the Sony video game version, Gamerverse. Pinless, double everything. It is pinless, yes. And Dan, how do you feel?
This is a note from me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, it's a dope. This is the best Miles Morales figure there is. Full stop. Whether it's Gamerverse or not. Two head. You got the unmasked head. You got all the sets of hands that we were talking about with Spider-Man characters that need to come with it. This, as I said, look at that as well. You even get his little effect pieces as well, which is beautiful. I love when you can display a character using their effects properly. And this looks perfect. So and the web is all sculpted. It's got the butterfly joints, like you said. It's pinless. Yeah, this is by far the easiest dope of the evening.
Just, I mean, look at all the detail and the sculpting on the figure. There's lines on it. It sounds lame just to say there's lines on the legs, but just, I guess that's just my very simplistic way of saying it. But the design of it just looks incredible. Jason?
Oh, huge dope. Huge. By the way, great fake out, Dan. That was
yeah, I seen your face.
Troy and I were both way like, what? I think
we need to get a poker game going with that kind of reaction. We have this unmasked head.
I don't collect the video game figures until this one.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna track this guy down. Everything about it is good.
Just incredible. Troy?
Honestly, I'm going to just say one thing. That Miles Morales we got years ago is going in the sell pile because it's getting replaced with this figure right here. This we saw this figure kind of in that stealth, like, yeah, that figure is going away. It's bye. But we saw this figure in that like stealth, like clear mode, and seeing that was like, man, that because this is clear plastic, looks like a great figure. When we saw this yesterday, I was like, holy crap, this is happening. This is going to be on my display. This is a beautiful representation of a Spider-Man figure, and we've all been crying about it. Like, they've actually put so much detail into this figure. The webbings are literally like they're, I don't know, they're like, what is it? They're detailed or
sculpted.
They're sculpted. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. They're sculpted on. They're just beautiful. It's a beautiful figure, and it's all pinless. My goodness. Whew, this is dope. I'm probably buying 6 of these every time I find it at Walmart, Toys R Us, EB Games. I'm buying one because everyone in my family needs to have one of these figures.
Is it?
We call that like you have to rescue it.
Yes.
If you see an issue in the wild of a special book, you're like, I got to rescue it.
You're hoarding it. Is it strange that we have this really fantastic Gamerverse figure in this wave, and it's also like normally the Gamerverse ones were. Actually, no, that's not true. I thought they were like GameStop or EB exclusives, but they're not because they have like the Avengers Gamerverse figures too.
They also had the 2 Spider-Man armors as well, the Mark III and the I can't remember the other one, but they've had Spider-Man armors from the game in a wave as well.
Right, that's right.
Are you guys going to display this one with the comics or with video games or?
This is a comic. This is a comic. This is the best. As I said, this is the best Miles Morales figure. Full stop for Legends, at least. Legends. And maybe for other lines as well. We shall find out.
Is this the star of the wave, Miles?
Oh yeah.
I think this will be the most sought after figure in the wave.
It's already pre-sold out at Dorkside Toys. So when I was scrolling through the site, this was the only figure that was pre-sold out. So amazing.
And all of these combined, well, most of them have a piece to combine to build a figure, Marvel's Armadillo.
Awesome.
It looks cool. I don't recall. I mean, of all the Spider-Man villains, Dan, like you mentioned, great rogues gallery. I don't recall this one really. Not that it really matters. I like big baths, and I cannot lie. Right? you other collectors can't deny. He just looks cool. Dan, how do you feel about this bath?
Yeah, if you had told me to guess what the builder figure is for this wave, I would have been here for a long time before I got to Armadillo. They would have had to have played some sort of phone up the Transformers and the Hasbro department to be like, how do we get him to roll up into a ball? Because that's his gimmick in the comics. He turns into like this armored ball and goes after him. I remember him from being in the Hoods gang. So like now we can start piecing together the Hoods gang within the Marvel. I think it looks great. Don't get me wrong. It's not a character I thought I needed, but it's still dope from me. As I said, it's another brand new character we've never had before from Legends to add to the shelf. So was I asking for this figure? No, but is it a great looking representation of Armadillo? Yeah, sound. I'll have it.
Awesome. Jason is your name.
It's he's not a Spider-Man villain in terms of like if you have to narrow him down to one thing. He starts in Captain America and then makes his like the West Coast Avengers action, and he kind of makes his way through the Marvel universe and eventually becomes a Spidey antagonist. But I don't know if he fits beautifully. I know that was the best. The slow dance moment. In the picture, I want you to imagine that Ryan is singing like a slow dance song to these guys as they're having a moment.
It's the Mike Tyson now Kiff.
Anyway, I think the figure looks unbelievably good. The detail on it, all the new pieces, I think it looks amazing. Really, really great job on it. If I don't have all the pieces, I'm not going to be building it, and I'd be happy to trade away or sell my pieces for the ones that I get.
Good to know.
I know you like big baths. I have sold many of my big baths over the last few years to make space for other figures and whatnot. If I don't love this, yes, exactly. Do I have that?
No, you said you're getting the head, so I can get this.
Oh, what does the head come with?
That Captain America robot thing.
Okay.
No? All right.
I will.
Civil Warrior. Civil Warrior.
Yeah, for you. For you.
You're not going to get it? I shall do it myself.
No, I'm gonna get it.
Oh, you're going to get
I'm
it?
getting.
All right.
Yeah. I'll get it. And I'll give it to you.
Cool. But anyway, with this one, I think it's a dope. It's a really great looking figure, but I'm okay with passing on it. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I just want to. We got to get Ryan singing a song of some kind.
Here we go.
Careless
Whisper right there.
And it's the slow dance moment. It's the high school grade 8 dance. Awkward moment between two giants that just both went through puberty.
So that's a dope, but you don't necessarily have to have it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, but I don't know where it would fit in my world. You guys remember the Avengers Initiative? Not in the movies, but in the comic book? After Civil War, I guess during Civil War. So Armadillo was on like the Texas team. He was part of the Southwest. So he kind of has a hero role. If you're making teams for all 50 states, he definitely fits somewhere in your little world there.
Blake says, "What's up, Ryan? Congrats this week. Yes, you guys hit the funded the Galactus. You've hit some stretch goals, so definitely congratulations. And thanks for being here, Troy. How do you feel about the Armadillo?"
Honestly, I think the Armadillo figure is stunning. Like, what happened? Armadillo?
Spanish kick from last night.
Oh.
Yeah, Jason's laughing at my pronunciation.
I loved it.
Armadillo.
Yeah. Well, for me, like Armadillo is stunning. Like the fact of how much new stuff is on it. Like, I don't know. I just love this figure so much. I don't know. It's like I just want to I need it now. Like, please give it to me. I need it. I'm a baby. I need it.
Oh my
I want it. Give me. But honestly, when I see this picture, I have that Dirty Dancing song in my head, and it's just playing. Now I've had the time of my life. That's literally playing in my head as I see this. But honestly, this is such a
Armadillo dancing with some watermelons. Dun, 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 dun.
Ryan, if you're still here, what soundtrack was going through your head when you were?
It was a rumble. Like he was making them fight, or actually was comparing size, right?
Yeah.
I like that each week there is something that Ryan does in the stream that
What you mean, like? While I casually skip through all of this. Like this?
But that was him having fun right back at you, which I thought was amazing.
It was so fun.
That was amazing.
I just want to know where it goes from here. What's next from the tongs?
I have no idea.
I told
chopsticks,
you get two giant pool cues to use them in a
pool
chopstick
floaties.
Action.
Or
honestly, there's so much.
A radioactive isotope.
Shoot, I just realized how much more we have to go through.
There's so much.
Yeah, I may have to tap out after this Spider-Man wave, lads. It's like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, anytime you need to go, we're happy.
Yeah,
I'll tap out after this Spider-Man wave. We'll wrap up here and I'll tap out.
Well, that's the wave. You are able to pre-order them now. I don't need to tell you where to go. You know where to order these. There's a Walmart exclusive that comes with a Tom Holland unmasked.
Sneaky. If they'd put that head in with any of the other two Spider-Man figures, I wouldn't have needed to buy this guy. But now I need to buy this guy, the sneaky so-and-sos.
But it's the same head we've got with the
It's not. It's new.
No?
It's new. It's brand new. It's new. Yeah, it's updated new.
They said it's new, and then you two told me that it's not. So
Dwight literally said it's brand new. Portrait.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you like the one that came with the whatever
the
Mark
two-pack?
Iron Man 2-pack?
That's the best one, I think.
So
where is it?
Not to talk you out of a purchase, but if you can make peace with the Tom Holland face that came in that 2-pack, you don't need to get this.
Look, yeah, I've got a big display. I can have a Tom Holland there, a Tom Holland there, Tom Holland there.
Tom Holland everywhere.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't trust me. I'll find a stupid reason to buy every Marvel legend. I'm an idiot.
Dan,
be like Dan.
Can you do a Peter Parker voice without your accent? It seems like that's the pattern from the last two Spider-Man.
I can't do any accents. I'm terrible. People have tried to get me to do American accents. I can't. Like I can't do any accents. I can't, honestly.
Well,
I try, but it just comes out of the same voice. Like this is me trying to do an American accent. Hello, my name's Dan. See, same. Can't do accents.
No.
Don't know how to do it.
I guess not in this lifetime will you be a Peter Parker.
No,
sorry.
can't happen. I'll just be Captain Britain instead. It's fine. I can go blonde. It's fine. Brian Braddock.
You already are. You are Hasbro Captain Britain.
Look, I'll be happy to be Union Jack. Do you know what? I'd be passerby number 3 in a Marvel movie. I don't care. Put me in the films. I'm ready.
That's awesome. And then also mask, helmet.
Man, I wanted to see Ryan put this one on so badly.
I know. I
was really hoping.
Everyone in the chat was like, put it on.
Yeah.
And then I understood it. It's like, no, the hair. Don't mess up the hair. So I get it.
He also had a headset on, so he would have had to take it off and it would have been awkward. So we'll let him off. But we know it's at his house, so we need a picture, Ryan. You've got an Instagram. Let's see a picture, Ryan. Sell this thing. Come on, you're head of marketing. Let's see this.
There you go. I love how are we just taunting him now?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. This is dope. I think the way Dwight was describing the candy apple red finish that's glossy on this, that sounds fantastic. But I have the Power Rangers helmet. The Power Rangers helmets come with a stand that kind of elevate it. There's a base and then there's a rod or pole in the middle that kind of holds it up in the air. I don't know if the Marvel ones, I don't know if the Star Wars ones don't. So I don't know. That's something that I would want in a display. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That sort of adds an element to it. The Power Rangers one do come with a stand to make it more of a display piece, where these don't have anything to make it into that. I'm sure, of course, you can just put it on your shelf anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Those little touches make a difference.
For sure. And that concludes the Spider-Man content.
I'll tap out. I'll tap out. I'll just tap out. I'll tap out.
When Dan finally decides to go to bed, unless a third person sends him a link to
no. I'll just go in his now just before I go and just start singing the national anthem, and then I'll go to bed.
Yes, but dude, congratulations on the reveal. Keep up the awesome streams and your reviews. People check out Dan on Dan Who Reviews on YouTube.
That's the one. Gents, it's a pleasure. Thank you for letting me invade yous. I'll catch you on the replay, but just spoiler alert, it's dope for everything else. All right, everything else is a dope. All right, so.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Sure, man.
All right, you too, guys. Bye bye.
Later. That was pretty awesome. Random guest appearance. I'm just trying to schedule a guest appearance every week. See how
do it. I love it. It's so fun.
No.
Jason wants the spotlight.
No, I don't. Definitely.
He's like, talk about me.
I love a random guest appearance. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah. It literally, because the stream I was on before, we both left, and he's like, it's 2:00. I gotta leave. And then somebody pointed out, oh, look, we're kicking out all the international people and all the and I'm like, Dan, we're gonna do our own stream. And then that's when he was in the chat, I'm like, I'm just gonna send him the link, and we'll see if he comes. If he joins, he joins. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dan, for stopping by. We also got, my goodness, so much stuff. Some army builders. We have a 2-pack of shield agents, and you get two different helmets, 3 unmasked faces. Super cool. I don't know how I got this lighting effect. I think they were about to transition the image, and that's a terrible screenshot right there.
Kevin, are you going to use the other head sculpt for yourself?
No, that doesn't look like me. Those eyebrows are way too fierce to be me. But otherwise, I'm happy that he's in there. There's some nice representation going on in the set. So props for that. And guns, real looking blasters.
Yep,
that's cool. Do you guys need army builders for Shield?
Yep.
Jason says no. Troy says yes, but are they dope?
I'm tired of the buck. Big time. But that's that's me.
Troy?
Honestly, Jason, same. Like, we definitely need a new female buck. This is kind of wearing itself thin at this point. But for me, like, hey, like, I sold all my Shields agents and I've always regretted it. And for me now, I could just get 3 of these sets, have 6 of these guys on my shelf. So yes, thank you, Hasbro. And you guys have another $50 coming your way for Hasbro Pulse Premium for another year. No.
No, right.
But like,
right.
But this is literally like, they're like, oh, well, your Hasbro Pulse Premium is expiring in a month. So here's some incentives for you. So I'm like, oh no. So for me, like I love these figures and I can't wait to get them, and like army builds, and I don't have a Nick Fury on my shelf, so I'm going to use one of these for Nick Fury as well. But this is dope. I really needed it. And thank you, Hasbro, for putting it out here. And honestly, I love the representation.
Yeah, big time.
And there's like, there's a Hispanic person, there's an African American person, there's an Asian person. It's so great to have such a diverse shelf now, and like, it's great. So dope.
I gotta ask Marcus quickly. He's saying that it was the Nick Fury came with the Civil War Abomination. Was it not the Civil War Giant Man? And I'm happy to be wrong. Anyway,
someone will have to research that.
I don't remember.
I have the Nick Fury too, and it comes with the armored head as well as another character and Nick Fury, which is a really fun.
The Dirk Anger, or whatever his name is, right?
It's a fun way to give you multiple heads. But the body.
I'm looking on Figure List.
Marcus E says you're right, and with regards to the buck, I kind of understand how you like, if you say you're tired of this buck.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the army, we don't know the pricing on the 2-pack yet. I think the regular army builders are $15, and they even they come with like the Hellfire Goons come with 2 weapons. So for 15, I don't think I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it too.
It's not retooling a whole new thing to give you army builders at a lower price. Like, the objective is to give you army builders at a price that's affordable. Where's the balance?
Yeah, it's
that kind of deal.
I get it.
So
this is where
if you want to lower the cost to make it affordable for somebody to buy multiples of these, then what do I already have that I can give you?
True.
To lower the cost and make it more appealing if we want to buy 2, 3 packs like Troy wants to. So we don't know the pricing yet.
You totally know. I get that, and I respect Hasbro for reusing stuff creatively. I'm just personally, I don't actually find this buck to be a beautiful buck.
Right.
Whereas, let's say the Sunfire or what's he, Spidey 2099 or whatever that buck, I find that buck to be just beautiful. I love the look of it and the cut of him, the silhouette of it. I find it striking. This one I don't find to be a beautiful buck. It's just an aesthetic thing, and that's okay. But I really do get why they're reusing it as much as they do.
Yeah.
For me, you make a fair point. Sorry.
Like, for me, like, honestly, like, I don't care if we're getting this in like as a 2-pack, like it's cost effective, but down the line, like, hopefully in 2022 we get a new male buck that is going to be the standard, like pinless joints and stuff. Like, I don't mind it for an army builder, but like, I want to see it being used for something else soon. So that's all. Like, I don't mind it. I like it. Whatever.
I'm good with this.
I'm ready to move on from it, kind of thing. Like, it's had its time. And if you think about it, it's almost 10 years old, right? It's from way long ago. It's like, we need some updates to it 100%. And finally the female body has got an upgrade. We need an upgrade for the guys. So that's all.
I was thinking about Daredevil and of course Cyclops, and like, both those guys are real mainstays on my shelf, and I really do get the reuse, but they have gotten their use out of this buck without it.
100%.
They've gotten it. So, speaking of beautiful bucks,
there you go.
Love it.
Nice. Thank you for the transition.
Love it.
Lob it up. I slams, dunk it in.
Love it.
This weapon here was previously one of their classic teases at the end of the line. It was this one, right? Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Oh my God, Ryan. Spoilers.
We have a breaking news update from Ryan Ting. Sources have confirmed somewhat. Bucky Cap is getting phased out. Not completely gone yet, though. Phasing out.
Yeah. That's cool to hear. Like I said, they got their use out of it without a doubt. And we've got some great figures over the years, and I won't miss it. But this one is so good looking. That purple is amazing to me. The face on him, I mean, you just want to fight him.
Oh, sorry, real quick.
I'm not talking about Ryan. Pardon me. I wasn't. Ryan had purple on.
Right, onto the figure now, Jason. Onto
the figure.
Also, I wanted to add in real quick for the 2-pack. It's like you also get 3 new faces, 3 new sculpts,
right,
and a crap ton of accessories here for more than 2 people really need. So again, whatever. I'm not in the industry, but if you were to think, how can I make this attractive at a price point that you can get, that where can we make that work? I think this is a
good set.
It's a good buck for everything that's happening here.
Yeah, agreed.
So this might be like a controversial statement, but I might use one of the alt heads to put on the hood figure, because I don't want the screaming hood figure. So
I love that head. That's the one that sold me on it. Originally, it was one of them on the stream joking about it's the passionate Marvel Legends fan in the chat face, and then afterwards, Sonny building off of that with all of his pictures. I mean, that head
so
sculpt is iconic. I think it's iconic. Definitely,
it's iconic, but like
worthy.
It's definitely like it's a meme figure. It's a meme head. So I'm excited to like take it off and put it on my hood figure, and I can finally display my hood figure. But that's when we get it kind of thing.
Super villain origin story. Like, I'm tired of my action figure being a meme and a joke. I want to be taken seriously. So you know what? And then it goes. You end up down some path of villainy. Orion says it's the outspoken and opinionated legend fan. Definitely. Yes, but back to
Mr.
the Skrull Infiltrator. I mean, another army builder. Two very amazing face sculpts, portraits, as Jason would prefer.
Yep.
Look at that. And two weapons. You have the butterfly joints.
Look at it. Oh my God.
So good.
Dope.
So dope.
Yeah, such a dope. I don't know how many of these I'm going to get. Like,
I would be happy having 20.
Right?
I'm never going to pass up on one. Every time I go to a store, if I see one around, I'm like, if an opportunity comes up that I can get one, I'll just get one.
Troy's going to do a bulk order for the 3 of us.
I'll do a bulk order for us, boys. I got you covered.
I don't think you're going to see this in stores.
Oh, really?
No, it's a Hasbro Pulse. Yeah.
Unless somebody buys it and they're reselling, like you might see it that way, but whatever.
Oh, I love it. And I was telling you guys before, I never finished the Super Skrull, but now I absolutely have to finish Super Skrull.
Yes, you do.
Because it'll look so good with the Oh, I'm so excited for this figure.
Yeah, this figure, honestly, like, I didn't think this was going to be revealed yesterday. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Like, I need like 6 on my shelf. Like, I absolutely need it. Like, I hope we get a Kree down the line, hopefully, so we can have like, it's so beautiful. Like, I think this is, it's such a, like, oh my God, I don't even know what to say, guys. Like, I'm speechless. But yeah, I will be definitely putting.
I'm at a loss for words.
I'm at a loss of words, but I will definitely put a bulk order. That's why they're taking another $50 from me this year. So, but my only concern with the troop builders are like with the hand ninja that went up, it's sold out immediately. The Hellfire Guard is sold out. Like, I think Hydra is sold out. I'm just hoping that this is going to be something that's constantly in stock at Hasbro Pulse, because Like
That's the
once
Hasbro Pulse.
Hasbro
I
Pulse.
don't know, you
It's gonna
dragged
be a
a
Hasbro
I
Pulse.
don't follow it, but have those been coming back in stock, or was it just the first time and then it's sold out?
I think the Hellfire was sold out previously, then it came back in stock for pre-order, and then now it's sold out again. The Hydra was there for a while. I don't know. I think it's now sold out. I don't know. Have to double check. Either that or AIM. The Hand Ninja is sold out. So I really want to get this because like any moment, if it's in stock at any moment, I will definitely like pre-order. I'll order more. Like my first initial order is going to be like 10 of these because it's like I need to get this, you need to get this. I
Have they
haven't
had a
ordered for a
limit
whole
on
bunch
them
of people.
before?
Yeah, man, I'm down.
Yeah. I think there's like 5 per customer or something. I don't know, something like
If
that.
it's 5 per customer, you guys go for it. If
No.
more than that, I'll grab.
I'll start with
2.
one and I'll find my way through the universe.
Exactly. Like that's why for me, like I'm hoping this is something that's constantly going to be in stock so that people could get a bunch of these because these are troop builders. These are something that you're going to put on your cosmic shelf from one side to the other. Like it's going to be
and
fun. And like if we get a Kree soldier, like you're going to have one side Kree, one side Skrulls. So like I want to have more of these figures and I can't wait for this. So I know we have to move on, but this is a dope for me.
I have a request to Hasbro. Yes. They make a Kree mask and a Skrull mask, and then we can do like Civil War recreations. By Civil War, I mean the American Civil War. Like, you can have people participate as huge organized groups that recreate battles from the Civil War. So we can have a huge in-person Kree Skrull reenactment.
I don't understand why that would be a thing. Oh shoot, what is going on? We have
got raided.
Chris Perillo raid over on Twitch. How is everyone doing? Welcome. I recently started watching Chris's channel on Twitch. He's an awesome dude because we have a lot of things in common. We collect action figures, and he also does 3D printing on his stream. So it's really cool. I'm like, those are 2 things that I'm into. So I started catching on, and he's like, he collects Star Wars figures. I think mostly 3 3/4 from what I understand, but from here and there, he'll buy some Black Series figures, and he's super cool. But welcome everybody from that channel over there. My name's Kevin, Toying Around. Right now, we are talking about some new Marvel Legends figures that were revealed earlier this week. And normally on the channel, I would buy a whole bunch of new stuff. Whatever I normally collect, I sit down with a friend, talk about it, and that's what I really do every Thursday. If you're into collecting, into that kind of stuff, I'm on every Thursday at 9 p.m. And Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We normally would be talking about Marvel's What If right now, but we are doing that after we go through the reveal of a lot of these awesome figures. Is Yoko still here?
Yes, sir.
Is Yoko my moderator still here? I do a shout out to Chris, man. Thank you everyone for hopping in, and I hope you stick around and enjoy. Are there any Marvel fans in the chat over on Twitch? Shout outs to everyone that's here right now. Big fan 2019. Thank you for the follow. Pez Liz Pooch 44 Dark Toy Lord. Oh, I remember that name. Dark Toy Lord is another collector that was in his chat as well. So we've gone through some reveals this week. Right now we're moving through these Skrull infiltrators. And what I do right now, if you have in the chat, just let me know if you think these figures are dope or nope. If you're buying these or not. Unfortunately, we previously had a special guest, Dan Hu from the UK, who recently got to do the special reveal of this Captain Britain figure. But unfortunately, it's 3 a.m. Not unfortunately, that's just a matter of fact. It's 3 a.m. over there right now, so he had to go to bed, but we didn't get to discuss this while he was here. He actually has the figure of Captain Britain. We didn't know until yesterday how you were getting it, and it comes in this 3-pack, this Marvel Legends 3-pack. You get Megan, and if you're new here watching right now, I'm joined by my friend Jason, who's also a fellow collector. He's a comic book artist, creator. We have, if I go this way, Troy, another toy collector. We're all here in Canada. And Troy also does on YouTube action figure reviews and whatnot. Jason, what's going on with Megan?
What's going on? You mean just dope or nope?
Yeah, the character itself.
I know the character. I used to collect Excalibur when it first started, so I was into the whole thing, and she is she's the weak link of the team in terms of the appeal of all the characters. If we're saying Captain Britain, come on. If we're ordering them, Captain Britain, Nightcrawler, Rachel Summers, Phoenix, Shadowcat, and Megan.
Mm-hmm.
The last one is Megan. So I get why she's in the 3-pack, because she can't hold you understand. So I'm really glad she's here. That's fine. I want the Captain Britain severely, and that Shadowcat has been she's like a dream come true. That she is an essential member of my X-Men, and I'll take several versions of costumes from Kitty Pryde happily. And this is the one, when I first started reading X-Men, she was wearing the blue.
Right.
And, she had gone through a bit of a ninja thing with Wolverine, and she was a reliable and smart young woman on the team, and I'm all for it. All the Kitty Pryde I can get. So Megan is necessary, and I think it looks good. I like they got, she looks like an Alan Davis drawing. There's those hands again.
Right.
She looks like Alan Davis, the artist who did the visual side to Chris Claremont's writing. And it looks really cool. Looks good. Belly button.
Pooch, I'm assuming that's how you say this. 44 says, do you guys know, Troy or Jason, do you know Robert Meyer Burnett or AZ or Justin on YouTube? Is Justin like Justin's Collectibles, who I know there's a Justin's Collectibles who collects a lot of Hot Toys, who has a huge channel, but I don't think I'm familiar with those people. I'm just small time. I'm new here, and but I'm just having fun. These are other Canadians in the chat. Awesome. They like your Maple Leafs hat. Yoko is still here. Thank you, Yoko, for doing the shout outs. And Chris says he collects everything Star Wars. Perfect. So this is a dope for you, Jason. What about you, Troy?
This figure is one of my most favorite figures they've revealed of all time. Yeah, I don't know. Like when I was reading Alan Davis's X-Men books, I don't know what I did, but I gravitated to Megan. I loved her as a character. You're right. She can't, she has to be in a set with someone, because I don't think she wouldn't have been made if she wasn't in a set with someone. So for me to get this figure and to see how stunning this figure is, I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed. We haven't gotten really much Marvel Legends X-Men figures this year. So this figure, we've only got one wave, right? One wave, a few villains, and that's about it. So getting my fill of X-Men characters, and it's just amazing. So yes, 100% Megan from Excalibur. Amazing. Yeah. Dope.
She was a sweetheart character. She was, kind of from another world and naive, but had a lot of power. She needed to use it. And she was so loyal to everybody, and she was, and had a little bit of comedy with her. So she was fun to have around for sure. But as a kid, I wanted the more Captain Britain is what I wanted. So
This is one of the ones where it's gonna make me go and read more stuff. There's a lot of toys where I'm like, I don't know the character as much, but then it motivates me to go look up what the backstory is, and end up liking and reading, expanding my very limited comic knowledge. But this is probably one that I want to go investigate a little bit more. Icky Far Twitch says, I gotta go. Thanks for stopping by. Dark Toy Lord, thank you for 100 bits. Says Excalibur Megan bits. So I will be doing more research on this. Jason will send me some links to what I should be reading, or not. That's a solid no right there. Thank you, my friend. And here's the Shadow Cat that you referred to.
So good.
That looks fantastic. I mean, it's a very simple costume. If like you didn't know, it's just like, oh, she's just all blue. But like it if you like as a figure, like it's I love it. This was great. This is dope for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, do you need a second?
No, it's
It was a very creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, she's
Look at that sash.
She's in my X-Men display. She's missing, and like this is one that I'm really waiting for. So I think she's awesome.
Do you have an issue with her hair? Chamba says I've seen some folks have issues with this Shadow Cat, mainly her hair. Same with the Old Man Legends.
Not at all.
Isn't her hair more like poofy in Excalibur? But that's Alan Davis, right? Alan Davis just was like hair for days.
Listen, it was the 80s, and a lot of people had perms. And like Monica, when they go to Barbados, the humidity really affects my Jewish sister's hair here. So who knows? I think there's a lot of flexibility with. I thought this was actually pretty close to Davis's rendition of her. Romita Jr. drew a bit more permy, I thought, back in the X-Men title when she was, around issue 200 and earlier. But I think this looks great.
Perms are back in.
It's true.
What do I know?
Have you seen the man perms? They're the thing. Even especially in the UK. Guys get perms like crazy in the UK. Anyways, sorry.
Jason has left the chat.
Maybe I should get a perm.
Your hair is long enough. I think me and my fiance, who's right here right now, have been watching all these Korean TV shows on Netflix, and she's like, "You should go perm your hair." Should I?
Whatever Joyce says, you go do.
Whatever.
I mean, you just look like if you got a perm, you look like you were someone in BTS. Like honestly, like that's the BTS style.
Here we go. Jason,
I don't know what any of that means.
I know you're honorary Chinese, but finger hearts are more Korean.
I don't know what finger hearts are, and I'm
neither does Yoko. Yoko took 5 minutes. She was like, "How do you do?" It's
listen. If there's a boy band involved, I am not. So I'm just. It's okay. And go enjoy. Troy get a perm, Kevin get a perm, and then
let's all get a perm.
And then let's make fun of you.
What are we talking about anymore? But yeah, let's all get perms.
Honestly, it looks like I already have a perm.
If anyone has
you are in a regular band, aren't you? Not a boy band.
If anyone has issues with Kitty Pryde's hair, I'll take the figure off your hands gladly and troop build them out of spite.
So quick for me, like this is a dope figure. It's beautiful.
Spite collector. I like it.
Amazing.
And finally, you have Captain Britain with the two heads, the Sword of Might. As described. I feel like from Jason's reaction, he has a point to contest.
No, I love it. I love the colors. I'm the quality control's been really good in the last little while, I found. And so I'm not concerned about the stripage. But even on the Union Jack character, the paint just looks so good. So I'm really looking forward to having this on the shelf. I'm not a huge fan of some elements of his proportion. But this is a completely aesthetic thing with how to, how one artist draws. Alan Davis would draw him just thinner thighs, thinner waist, and thinner feet. Mm-hmm. And that's just his style. So he's like really triangular. And this guy is hefty. He's like Colossus, right? This one is just a very beefy guy. And it's just, I'm going to get it. I'm going to display him. I'm going to love it. I wish I could swap out the legs for something a little narrower. So he was a bit more of a caricature. But that's just a personal preference. I love the beard option. Sword of Might. I don't know. You get a sheet. I love how his costume on the package is the other one.
Yeah.
It's his second costume in the series.
The card is a different costume.
Yeah.
Dark Toy Lord says, I don't see this on Hasbro Pulse. It was just revealed. The 3-pack was just revealed. I don't believe they've confirmed where it's going to be available yet. These screenshots. What do you feel?
I feel like it's going to be on Pulse. I feel like this is like a Pulse like exclusive set. Like it might be then like the partnership with Disney, or there's shopdisney.com.
Shop Disney.
Yeah, so I feel like it is. Honestly, this is another incentive for the Hasbro Pulse Premium.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Oh, 1/6 shooter.
However, currently unconfirmed where it's available. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Trevor said it'd be cool if Kitty could separate at the waist for phasing.
Okay, I got a thought.
Oh boy.
You get a Sue Storm who's phasing separate at the waist. You get a Kitty Pryde that is phasing separate at the waist. Use the same buck. Whoa.
There you go.
There you go. That's my best idea I've ever had.
And then is she just standing there phasing?
No, you just make it so that the legs are clear and they're like fading in.
Yeah.
Or in this case, maybe you have to like separate so she can go half through your shelf.
Well, I mean, Trevor's a phenomenal photographer. I'm sure he'll figure out some way to make that work on camera to take some toy photography. Similar 3-packs were available at EB Games or Canadian GameStop.
Right, like the Havoc
Polaris.
Yeah, and the Wolverine, the Love one.
I just think that it's just going to follow suit with the X Factor.
X-Force, yeah.
Oh, sorry, X-Force. Yeah, it seems like that's something that's going to happen. And I don't recall. Oh, I kind of remember Ryan slipping up and saying kind of Pulse, and then he like corrected himself. I don't know if it was just me playing games in my head, but
I don't remember that part. Maybe
kind of said I thought he said Pulse and or like something, but honestly, whatever. For me, this set's a dope. Like it's so great.
Yeah,
like it's such a beautiful set. And I gotta say one thing, I absolutely love Hasbro's marketing strategy with just giving these figures to like big names in the community and being like, hey, like show off the figure. I love it. Like keep on doing that. I think it's great for the individual who's getting exposure, but it's also really cool to see figures early and not having like that same conventional like we're waiting for Marvel Monday, we're waiting for Fan First Friday. Like I think it's really cool that we're actually seeing this. And like Kevin, like you got to do it. Like I'm so happy for you, and I'm hoping that they continue with this kind of thing in the future. So it's a really good marketing strategy, to be honest.
It builds community.
Yep,
it does. Jason's like, what is this? And incredibly enough, they announced the next tier in the HasLab Galactus project just yesterday, that it was Silver Surfer here, and at this time, this is already old news because this tier was already achieved, and they're on to the next tier, Morgue, which we looked at earlier. But here's the Silver Surfer that you get if you didn't get the exclusive from Walgreens or EB Games Canada. Wait, and then the next one, the Obsidian one, was also exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then now this, somebody needs a Silver Surfer. This guy might be worth a lot of money. Who knows? But you get now the display base for the surfboard to go on, because you can have Galactus holding him in the palm of his hand. This is Silver Surfer is a 6-inch action figure, so this is, well, we know what the number is. Again, I say it all the time. You can tell me what a number, like how tall a figure is on paper, but until you see a size comparison kind of deal, it doesn't really illustrate it as well as something visual like this. How, Jason, you didn't pack Galactus. How do you feel about this Surfer figure?
I like the new face, and I haven't done this or seen the comparisons. But are there any other parts that are different?
I don't think so. I think just that
Yes.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
it's
New
just a
hands, I
new
think.
face.
And is the color the same as the
The deco is different. It's a different silver. If
cool.
that
I think it's cool to have
Mhm.
a variety for those people that, you know, back it and have both. That's pretty cool. I love the stand is like
Mm.
awesome.
Can I just say one thing about the surfboard that really irritates me? We need another peg.
Yes, I
We
agree
need,
with you completely. I have that struggle when every time I'm posing him, his front leg comes up.
Yeah, we really need another peg on this. If there was another peg on it, it would have been great. I have a theory that this photo photoshopped because, like, who
to get
knows?
that pose?
Right.
Yeah,
Down.
You're funny.
because like for me, it's like I feel there's gonna be a lot of wobbles happening over here. Okay, but I really think there should have been another peg on this. Like we could have gotten another surfboard really easily. Like, I mean, it's almost $500, more than $500 for us. But like, we need another peg. That's all.
For sure. Off topic, was that a celestial in the Eternals trailer?
It was a
Yes.
Yeah, the one with the dots coming down the face.
There are several different ones. They have these really, really neat, massive names. Like even if you've played Marvel superheroes on Lego, like Lego Marvel superheroes, you'll meet one of the Celestials. You get to hear their name. I think this one was like Arishem. I don't know how to pronounce them because we've never heard them yet.
Right.
But that sounds okay. Yeah, Arishem is like a judge character, and
Cool.
So I'm imagining that like if I had to extrapolate, the energy from the thing sets off basically the 7-day period to which the celestial is going to judge, and then either get rid of everyone or not get rid of everyone. And so they have sort of 7 days to fix things.
Cool.
But yeah, they're cosmic god is what they are, right? Along the lines of Galactus, but he's just
Dark Toy Lord's Toy Lord. Why do I have trouble saying that? Dark Toy Lord says, I was so close to backing this, but then I figured maybe my marriage was a little bit more important. Contrastly, my fiance was the one who talked me into backing it this morning, this morning.
Can you talk to that? Because you mentioned, but how is that possible? What happened there?
Well, I was on the fence, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, do I really need a Galactus? But then I was seeing more pictures of it, and you know, more detail, and it looked really cool. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, do I need it? And then she's like, you know what? Like, you do reviews. Why don't you just get it to review at the very least? And then you'll at least know, have handled it, and you know what it is. And like, she's like, just back it. And if you change your mind, or you don't like it, it's like, or you have no space for it, somebody local might take it off your hands.
All right.
I don't think she's talking about you specifically.
She's talking about me. She's talking about me.
She said just sell it to Jason.
She's gonna convince you to sell it to me. That's awesome. No, it's great that she's. Hey man, I've always told you she's a keeper. I've never said that. You know what I'm saying. I've never said anything about her anyway, one way or the other. She's very nice.
Of course, she's not here. It's okay, Jason. You can stop that. It's okay. We're good. What the Legends team likes to do is look at anniversaries of everything: toy lines, movies, comics, characters, things like that. So Ryan, in his ongoing quest to become a living meme by doing hilarious things on live streams, he presented this Marvel Legends style display stand using the old, and it's hard to see here, but it's got the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends font / logo on there. He's holding it up with a pair of what appears to be very fancy tongs. You see, there's rubber. Real quick, these tongs with the rubber grip, the rubber edge at the front, you can obviously use them in a coated pan and not scratch when you're stirring and cooking in the pan. Are these tongs dope or no?
Tongs are dope. I'm gonna say they're dope.
Honestly,
It says
yeah, they're dope.
Price point. What's the price point on them?
OXO. Is it OXO or OXO? I just call it OXO. It could be that. It could be like I said. They were like the fancy crate and barrel ones that are like $100 or something.
Oh, I don't know. What is it? A new mold? Like, is it the same?
Is there any reuse in those tongs? That's what it all comes down
There's
to.
some marbling in the rubber. I don't know if the marbling doesn't look good, so maybe gotta try a different thing.
Marvel waffles. Yeah, I mean, you know what? If this is some sort of anniversary for Toy Biz Marvel Legends, remember who is in Wave 1 of Toy Biz Marvel Legends that people are really anxious to get. Toad. Exactly. Which I not recently. I had it mint on card and I sold it because it's got that. I'm like, I'm banking on it. Hasbro is gonna remake it without the frog attached to his hand. Could this be it? We don't know. They like to tease at the end and we speculate. That's what we do. Yeah. We also like to tease about the tongs.
Honestly, it's definitely some retro wave. I think they're probably going to remake like that first wave, at least put on a retro card. They wouldn't do the blister card because that thing was just, that was a lot of plastic there to get to a figure. But I could definitely see like this being on a retro card. So I'm just totally down. Like, what was in the first wave? It was Iron Man, Cap, and Toad.
And
was it 3 or 4?
I got that Cap when it came out. That got me going. Like, I saw about it. I saw that it existed and went to the comic store, went to Silver Snail on Queen Street West and went and got that figure. And I wasn't collecting action figures at the time, but I was like, oh, that Captain America is amazing.
Oh, yes. Someone did mention in the chat right now that there is a little slot there. It looks like you could put some sort of card back or a display card in the back of your display base.
Yeah.
So, you know, what could that be?
You remember they used to cut out the backs of the package and stick it in there, or in the case of they would come with comics sometimes too.
Some of these came with comics. Some of them, like the special ones, had the foil border on the comic or the card back. So it's pretty cool. I'm hoping for Toad. We have Wolfpack toy review in the house. Yeah, Old Man Legends here says there's a slot on the back. Lord Drew 360 says those are premium tongs for sure. Yes, because you know Ryan, he's fancy. He's got the pink tweezers, the crate and barrel tongs.
What if it's just there's display stands coming?
If it's just display stands using the old logo, that would be.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
This isn't a tease. Then this isn't a tease. This would be the full review. Review. Okay. Oh, there's my ESL accent coming in again. Review and review are the same.
What if there are? I mean, like stands. I'm not saying this is what I think. I'm just talking possibility. What if there are new stands with the new logo coming, and it's like you can buy stands for your figure? I don't know. I'm just talking. No, they're not grilling tongs.
They are not for grilling. Right. You will be eating plastic if you use that on your barbecue. If you want a little layer of melted rubber on there. Oh, Wolfpack Toy Review says I voted yes, but I haven't backed it yet. I will, just not yet. And thank you for reminding me that the poll is still active. And 68% say no. They are not backing Galactus. I'm going to end that because
y'all gotta have to back Galactus. If I'm backing him, you guys gotta back him and spend your $500.
This may be a way to save the box. I have all of those comics from my Toy Biz Marvel Legends. They're still in the plastic bag that they were taped in, but I still have them. So it might be ABS. ABS has it takes a higher temperature to melt it. And the only reason I know is because when I 3D print it you have to turn on the printer higher. If Chris Perillo is still here, he'll know. ABS is like 300 degrees. I don't know. Versus PVC, much lower. And that's it for the reveals from the Hasbro team. Shoot, do you think combining Dope or Nope and the What If recap is a good idea? Because you know my two become one theory. Whenever I get to use that as a reference, I love it.
I mean, I'm down to do it still. Like,
Do it.
Like we could do it really quick, kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do a really quick one because you didn't even like the episode, Troy.
No, I didn't.
ABS, yeah, you can use ABS for 3D printing. It's just you have to heat it at a higher temperature, and there is a smell for ABS. So if you're still here, we're gonna go into what if we recapped what if episode 3. Spoilers ahead. This is your warning. If you haven't watched it yet, feel free to come back after you have. Or if you don't care about spoilers and you just want to be part of the discussion, or you just want some background noise, I am here for you. We are here for you as your background noise. But Marvel's What If episode 3. The way I've been doing What If is I don't have the screenshots. We're just gonna go into the episode. The premise of this episode is that if you watch the whole episode, is what if Hope Van Dyne died?
Spoiler.
I said spoiler.
Oh, that's a big one. You went right for it. But she dies. She dies on a mission as a shield agent before the Avengers takes place.
Yes,
like
and as a result, Michael Douglas becomes vengeful, comes out with his yellow jacket, and he essentially knows that Nick Fury is putting together the Avengers team based on, like, it's set in the MCU that he's trying to recruit Thor, Iron Man, Widow is going to be there, Hawkeye, and he's just eliminating everyone because Nick Fury let his daughter die.
Or recruited her, like manipulated her into taking the mission when she wasn't supposed to be doing it.
That's what he feels like.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Go, please, Troy.
Oh, so like for me, like this whole episode, like, can I give you my thoughts on this episode?
Absolutely.
Okay, so like
you have, yes.
This episode for me was the weakest of the 3, unfortunately. It does span. So have you guys read the comic book Fury's Big Week? So this is taking place in that comic book series. So that comic book series is Fury's Big Week, which is like a prelude to the Avengers. So basically it's the 7 days, like how it's broken out in the show.
Right.
And Fury pops in with the Hulk, and he pops in with Captain America. No, wait, Iron Man 2, and then he pops in with Thor. So this is the span of that comic book series. It's concept cool. Troy on the big screen. Sorry. I did enjoy. No, someone said Troy on the big screen, but yeah, I did enjoy like some of the aspects, because like we know that Black Widow went to Odessa, and she was ambushed by the Winter Soldier. So in turn, we have Hope Van Dyne going to
Odessa,
and she's potentially murdered by the Winter Soldier. For me, the only thing that I really didn't like about the episode was this was a murder mystery. And a lot of murder mysteries, they give you, little nuggets and things to solve, right?
Yeah.
They drop a little bit of knowledge, or they give you some teasers, whatever. I didn't feel that, like I didn't feel that we had that. And I just kept on going, what's that moment? Where's that moment of this is the moment? And I guess, we can't say, that what if change. And like, for me, I think that I've been spoiled in the last 2 episodes, and we got that right up front. But this episode, we got it like right at the end. So for me, like, I was waiting for that aha moment, and it didn't come until the last like 5 minutes of the movie or the show. And for me, I love a mystery where there's clues given,
right?
Sporadically or something, because that's how you solve a mystery. And for me, I didn't see that. And one of my favorite movies that is a mystery movie is Knives Out. And we get that kind of like Agatha Christie, like here's a little bit of nuggets, like here's a little things, like this is whatever. And I just didn't see it. And like, it was a good episode. I think it was great, but there's just a few things that kind of took me out. Another thing that kind of took me out was Black Widow's voice.
Right.
it was Lake Bell from the Harley Quinn show, and all I could hear was Poison Ivy in my ears, and it wasn't Black Widow. So I was a little bit like, okay, whatever. And Scarlett Johansson is not really in Disney's good books right now, so I don't know if she was able to do her part, or maybe she got replaced, whatever.
Do you think she got replaced? That would be crazy.
That would be interesting to find out.
Because I'm assuming if she had recorded those lines, she would have already been compensated for the work already. Right. So would Disney have been that spiteful to be like, oh yeah, you want to fire back at us? We're going to take your voice out and
well, that would be a question that is more about how much control does Kevin Feige have.
Yeah, well, I don't
know. He agrees with Scarlett's case, and
of course,
we make movies together. They're the ones that choose about how to release it, and we don't know if the two cross over. But anyway,
well, we know like Kevin Feige is all about his actors, and he was the one who went to Disney and was like, "Hey, make it right with my actors. Like these are my actors." And what his Bob Chapek didn't want to listen, kind of thing. So I don't think I just personally don't think she like was asked to come back, but her Lake Bell's voice for Black Widow didn't work for me. This episode, again, not my favorite, but we'll see. Next week is Doctor Strange episode, so I'm excited about that.
Do you find that the Tony voices bother you as well?
No, actually, I thought Tony's voice was decent because I've heard this actor do Tony Stark in multiple projects. It was cool to hear this guy who's been playing Tony Stark for years in like Marvel's superhero shows, whatever, play him in this. So I didn't really see a change. So it was cool for me. Anyways, that's my thoughts.
Nice.
Well, it was cool to have the return of Samuel L. Jackson, the real Michael Douglas. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Like you said, Lake Bell, the person who did Tony Stark, Mick Wingert. Don't know him, but obviously Troy does. Agent Coulson, we have the real Coulson, Clark Gregg. I mean, he loves being Coulson, so it's nice to have him there. Jeremy Renner is the real Hawkeye. Clint Barton there. Mark Ruffalo. I like that they I guess is it a retcon if it's a what if, but they used him in that setting. Which one was it? Who was the banner in this?
Ed Norton.
The Edward Norton one? All right. The Tom Hiddleston's voice, I couldn't really tell at first if it was really him or not. It sounded a little bit like, is that weird? Tom Hiddleston sounds like someone trying to sound like Tom Hiddleston. I don't know. Did you guys get the same vibe?
No, but it didn't. I see what you mean, but I didn't get that vibe.
It didn't bother me. It may have like maybe even took me out of it to try and figure out who it was, as opposed to actually listening to what he was saying. It was interesting that from this storyline, what happens, Thor getting killed with an arrow in his chest is like, well, here comes some Asgardian army coming down. And how cool was it? He was using that, I don't know what that weapon was called, but it's just blasting everybody with ice.
It has,
what was it called?
Sometimes it's called like the Casket of Many Winters, or
something like that. Yeah, it
has a few different fun names, but yeah.
And like being half frost giant, so I'm just the icebox. That's probably what Joyce would have called it. The Casket of Ancient Winters. Is that it, or is that just someone making a fantastic name?
All good.
Oh yes, it is.
Yes.
Torensu, it is not a boombox. Let me just see what some of the chat is saying real quick. Nathan's Toy Nation is here. Yes, it is a murder mystery. And in that sense, Troy, you're right. It wasn't like your usual murder mystery with the clues going along, but I enjoyed it too. Definitely murder. The Odessa. Sorry, I'm just going through some of these comments real quickly. Troy on the big screen, we're already there. I like how it still references the 2008 Hulk. It's been forgotten. Was Hope ever a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU? Why would she have died on a mission? She wasn't. She was always...
But that's the moment.
Yes, and
That is a
that's
moment,
the weird thing. The what if moment is at the end of the episode, which probably kind of threw a lot of people while they were watching it. It wasn't in the same pattern as the first two episodes, where Watu was like, this is the moment. How's my Watu voice?
Sounds beautiful.
I'll work on it.
Nope.
Beautiful. Nah.
Nope,
One thing I
this was
do
not-
like is not a dope or nope segment.
You bastard.
So one thing I did like about this episode was how the Watcher was kind of integrated in basically all the background
Yo, that was
of
so
the
cool.
series. I thought this was great.
I loved it. They're driving through the desert. Coulson's
Right?
bringing back the coffee, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm a guy who watches literally everything as something as mundane as Coulson getting coffee."
Tying this back to the action figures, then it's making the idea of a plain Uatu figure seem boring in comparison to maybe like that amazing. Maybe we're gonna get another version of it. So, what did you call it? Cell painted, like the Venom figure, cell shaded Venom figure.
Yeah.
Maybe if we got Uatu where he was half, and then half the cosmic.
Yeah.
But I'm actually tempted to take a stab at it if no one else does. I want to see, but I don't know if it would actually look good in toy form unless you light your shelf properly.
For sure. One cool point, which is I think a problem that I have watching a new show. It's like I want this Michael Douglas evil Yellow Jacket suit figure.
Yes.
Well, he wasn't. He's not in his right mind. They do the classic comic and cartoon thing where the character has other colors around their eyes.
Yeah.
So
like Evil Morph in the 90s X-Men.
It was actually completely directly inspired by Evil Morph, by the way. That's a direct link. You're absolutely right. The like the warnings about what that suit do to a person's brain. Ant-Man, like that's what's happened to Hank Pym. He's taken these things that have happened in his life and he's gone over the edge because the suit warps his mental state, which is the purple rings around the eyes. I don't sleep. I have purple rings.
That's going to be me at the end of this stream.
Without a doubt.
Jotaku Toy says, personally, I think the episode gave plenty of subtle clues. The broken needle, the yellow bullet streak. Was there I didn't notice a yellow bullet streak.
See, I didn't notice that.
Awfully subtle.
Like these are very small.
Like that's what happened, but I don't think it's a clue. Because when Clint's like, I never miss, I never, misfire. I thought like, was somebody messing with his mind? There was no clue that like somebody could have shrunk down really small and just flicked his finger and just like pew and shot the wrong arrow. Like the yellow bullet streak, if that's there, that's cool. But you wouldn't have guessed it was him in Yellow Jacket either.
Yeah. Plus, Yellow Jacket technically didn't exist. Well, it could have existed. We don't know. But like, wouldn't he be in his Ant-Man suit? I did see the Ant-Man helmet, but like Darren Cross made the Yellow Jacket suit later on, correct? Am I wrong about this?
He could have been developing it for like maybe if we're gonna play the game, if the what if thing happened, that would mean like you can make it so Darren Cross sees that Hank is no longer his adversary because Hank is driven now to do something. He's driven now to like militarize or make a thing that is weaponizable.
Right.
So Darren doesn't see Hank as his adversary, and Hank sees Darren as a helper. So they partner in maybe developing that suit earlier, which is why it gets done. But they never work out that brain thing. So a lot would happen because of the change.
Yeah.
But I have a thought about that.
One thing before your thought. One thing I really loved.
Want to hear you.
No, I do want to hear you. One thing I loved about like the what's his name? What's his Hank Pym's features was his bushy ass eyebrows that were literally like I thought that was pretty cool. It made him look more sinister. But anyways, I like that part. That's all. Go ahead.
Shout outs to Anonymous Gifter. That's for the gave out 5 tier 1 community subs on Twitch. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope that's a sign you're enjoying what we're doing here, and I appreciate you. Thank you thank you for watching. Everyone, give, even though it says anonymous gifter, a well-deserved thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Someone said Bob paycheck. Let's see. Jason, when we talk about these episodes, you always talk about like storytelling structure, you know, acts, or when there's a big reveal of the villain at the end, it's like, oh, it's somebody who was in the story who we didn't think about, and that's something Troy spoke about earlier. Was that bothersome for you?
I thought this episode was dope. I was into it the whole way. I didn't have any problem with the mystery. I know when I was cool with, like, I knew in the cell when no one could get in that it was, you know, like, I'm like, oh, it's Ant-Man. But I just didn't know how it had happened. So my big criticism of the episode is just the same as Troy's, the change moment. They absolutely should have put that at the beginning of the episode, or where, like, if you watch it a second time, there's a moment where it fits, where the Watcher interrupts and shows the Avengers how they're going to come together to form this team.
Right.
He interrupts the flow of the start of the episode, and he goes through that little rant, which is cool. And they could have showed, I mean, again, I don't have to write the episode, but one idea would be it's Fury on the phone or Fury talking to another person, and he doesn't use names about who it is, but he just says, no, she's not available. Let's get her. Oh, but I know she's not an agent. Yeah, but I can talk her into it. Or I can, you know, I can take a big swing, or whatever he's going to say. I love that idea about the big swing thing, by the way. He talks about Natasha, take a big swing at her, like on her. I mean, like swinging for the fences, taking a risk on Natasha as a member of the team. So he subs out Natasha, puts in Hope. But you know how if you guys watch like CIA or undercover cop shows, they have an asset, and the asset is not a person who's on their payroll.
Right.
Right? It's a person that they're able to pressure into doing what they want them to do and manipulate the circumstances to get them to give them the results they need. So Fury is supposed to be, remember, he's the spy, as Tony calls him. He is a master manipulator. So he goes one step too far, manipulates a person who is not quite ready to take on a mission because he wants maybe Natasha somewhere else. So there's that scene where he would basically rearrange the chessboard, put Hope, who he says is ready for this duty, you know, to go to the Ukraine, to Odessa, and and obviously we don't see how it plays out. We just then see the story start to unfold. So we know that we just needed that change moment. And the whole episode keeps going just the way it already did. And we would never know. We would always be thinking it's something to do with a female, or we'd be thinking something to do with Loki. You could probably drop a Loki hint earlier as a mislead or misdirect.
Yeah.
When he shot Thor in the chest, I went, whoa! Like, I yelled.
Right.
On TV. I didn't see it coming. And I thought it was just a really bold choice. So I was into the ups and downs of the episode all the way. I was really happy they did something to do with Culver City for the most petty of reasons. So those of you who have watched The Incredible Hulk and those of you who have lived in Toronto know that those two things are the same. That movie is filmed very obviously in Toronto in a few spots.
Yeah, wasn't that like Yonge Street, I believe, in front of Sam the Record Man back
So the big battle at the end, which was Harlem, was Yonge Street, including, you know, some famous strip bar marquee and the record store marquee.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Man, I had to answer way too quick.
But you did. But it's okay.
It's next to World of Posters.
Sure it is. But I have
never been to Zanzibar.
Can I tell a Zanzibar story?
I don't have a Zanzibar. Oh, I asked to use the washroom once, and he was like, "Get out of here, kid."
Can I tell a Zanzibar story? It's totally clean.
Sure, go for it.
So a new record came out at Sam the Record Man, which is just down the street. Sorry, Troy. And a friend of mine and I wanted to go to get the new Springsteen record that was coming out. And so I had the car. He was going to run in. And I pulled over on the corner on Yonge Street and left my blinkers on because getting parking there is hard. So my friend ran in while I waited in the car. And next to the Pizza. Okay? You know where I'm talking about? At the corner?
Yeah.
I think it's Elm and Young. Zanzibar is
near the Big Slice. I love the Big Slice.
And I read the marquee at the Zanzibar. and I'm not joking, the marquee said, featuring hundreds of the world's most beautiful women and 3 ugly ones.
No, that's so cruel.
And I saw that from my car window, and I thought that was the best thing, the best thing I'd ever heard.
I just imagine somebody, the sign guy was trolling, and then there's 103 dancers inside, and they're all looking at each other. They're like, who are they talking about? And
1, 2, and 3. Anyway,
that's terrible. So I think they're joking, because when Kawhi was when Toronto didn't know if Kawhi Leonard was re-signing with the Raptors at the end of that season, I think they had a sign. There was a picture of the sign at Zanzibar that was like free lap dances or something if you re-sign to the Raptors. So, I mean, bravo to whoever's doing the lettering outside the strip club, man.
I bet you there's an Instagram page of just the marquee at the Zanzibar.
The marquee, yes, that is.
Okay, so
what were we talking about?
The movie was filmed in Toronto, and
yes.
the university that they're at is U of T, and so you could go to the King's College Circle at U of T and be on the set for those scenes that took place on campus, as well as the Young Street stuff. And anyway, so it was very cool to see that again, for them to go back there. It made me very happy to go back to Toronto. So I liked everything about the episode. I loved all the voices. I loved the Fury's characterization about him taking risks on Natasha. That he totally believes in her was really cool. But I just thought that restructuring of having that moment is a distinctive feature of the show that we all look forward to. Mm-hmm. Like hearing, the voice at the beginning of the Twilight Zone. If you guys ever watched that show back in the day, where like the narrator.
Never heard of it.
Okay, I hate you, but there are so many cool things in TV where there's structure and you learn to rely on those things, and they add to the flavor. And it's about how you play within that structure. So the structure needs. Are you okay, Troy? You're like, look like you're gonna lose it again.
Troy's got the giggles.
I love it.
You know my kids all the time.
You guys know at this time when this is the giggles.
Okay. That's what your mute button's for, buddy. If you lose it. Anyway, so I was into the episode. It just needed that one little modification, I think.
I thought it was great.
I was totally into the whole thing. I loved it.
I enjoyed it. Like they went for it. I mean, they killed pre-Avengers.
I kept saying to my wife on the couch when we were watching with the kids, I was like, "Please don't kill Steve. Please don't kill Steve." Mm-hmm. You know, as we're going through the team, I'm like, they're gonna go to the ice and just like put a drill in the eye. I don't know. I just don't want them to kill Steve. I was very happy at the end when they did the misdirect with the captain, and then she's right behind. Like I was happy. So now I want to see like, okay, what does that team turn into? You have Captain Marvel at the beginning of it all, and Steve Rogers. Like I want to watch that team now. That might be fun.
When Loki shows up and he's like, I'm the crown prince of Asgard. Did you believe at that point that he was up? He was the one behind all this?
Yeah, it was pyramids, correct? Like he's manipulating things to somehow now get a chance to take over Earth. Have his brother die. But it didn't play with why he would have to kill Iron Man to have to kill Thor. Like those two things, you don't have to get rid of Iron Man to kill Thor. So it didn't track at the moment. I was confused in the right way, the way the show wanted me to be. Looking all
a red herring.
Yeah, but it was a clean one. It made sense. I noticed also that what's her name, Lady Sif, was in the credits. The actress, but she didn't get a line, did she?
She did one line.
One line. Is it the same? Is it the same actor?
Yeah.
Actress?
Jamie Alexander.
Yes, thank you, Jamie Alexander. I wonder if they had more lines for her in the original. They cut some down. Frank Grillo obviously came back as Crossbones, which I was very happy about.
Did they have her record her one sentence from Loki when she was on set? They're like, "Hey, while you're here,
if you're smart,
why don't you just read this, and we'll pay you one time for it."
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's really what I thought.
I was worried. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was worried it was going to be Scott Lang. Like when they kill Hawkeye, I was like, okay, they talk about no one could get in or out. I'm like, oh, but an Ant-Man can do, Mm-hmm. I had it in my head then, but I I was.
I thought it
worried.
was Iceman because maybe like the cube
Yes,
of ice is
classic
gone, and there's
joke.
a puddle of water, and there's a no.
I was.
No, not
I was worried they were going to make Scott Lang go dark, and so you know.
Mhm.
But I thought Michael Douglas. I mean, I never expected for him to come
No.
back to do a cartoon. So
No,
it was cool. I was in.
it's
I love-
great. And
I love that they went for it. The killer reveal is a total surprise. I'm obviously not as educated as you two.
Stop it.
Were like, you know, in the structure of a murder mystery.
Stop it.
My brain was just like, oh, this is crazy. This is wild, and it was cool to see familiar characters, familiar voices for the most part. They gave a lot of time to a Scarlett Johansson. I keep wanting to say Scarlet Witch, but I mean Black Widow, but without the Black Widow voice that we've all associated with the movie version. So other than that, I thought it was solid all the way through until the end. It's just like, oh, and also Loki is now president of the world. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You know, it didn't really.
I totally forgot about that.
They didn't really need to do that. You know, it was cool because Cap wasn't out of the ice yet. It's so you know, Nick Fury can go get that Cap, Captain Marvel with the beeper. It's like I was watching Space Jam with my daughter the other day. They got all of the Monstars, but they didn't get MJ because he was technically retired and wasn't in the NBA. So he's like a sleeper agent that they can go get. First Space Jam. I haven't watched the new Space Jam yet, but you know, they said, what was it? Dragon. Someone typed it out earlier. Something 69. Leave me alone. Says that Avengers team is going to be Captain America, Captain Marvel, T'Challa, Star-Lord, Killmonger, Black Panther, and Gamora, Titan Killer. That would be cool. I mean,
there is a clip that shows the Avengers group.
Mhm.
Right, but I thought Thor was actually in that, a non-bearded Thor maybe, or I couldn't remember what was there. But that's really cool.
That I would watch that. Dragon Eyes.
Titan Killer. I like that, Titan Killer.
But yeah, it's not the same as the first two episodes.
Yeah,
I like what it was though, on its own. If it was on its own, it's still a cool thing. It was I mean, wild to see off the bat. It's like, hey Tony, here's this injection, boom, dead.
yeah.
I'm like, what? That's it already? We're into it? Like we're already starting? I thought there would be more to, you know, something more complicated, but they're just with a limited time in an episode. There's like kill, and then who done it? They didn't even have a list of suspects really until Black Widow was using Coulson's password. What was it? Steve. I love Steve. That was his password. I mean, last week we talked about, or was it the week before? Coulson as a character.
Right.
If Coulson didn't die, would they have brought the Avengers together? You know, and then now you get this episode where it's like, oh, here's Coulson back with his super fanboying of Captain America, and he has to reveal his secret Shield login, which he has to change, I guess, every month with no repeating characters or passwords that you used in the past. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Totally.
That they kept playing on that character. But
and they had the jokes about Thor's hair and smelling really good, which again is like just the fun part, right? Just having a good time.
So to add on to Thor's hair, did you see that they retconned his hair so it was more luscious and more like, because the
longer by 6 inches. I mean, it was
yeah,
but that's the fun of it. Yeah.
You could go back and tweak these little things. I remember, I think it was Chris Hemsworth who was like, yeah, my hair in Thor 1 was just horrible. That wig was bad. And now they went back into it and made it luscious, long, and didn't have the matching eyebrows. So I was like, oh, I guess, you know, we could change one thing in this universe. It was this as well. So it was cool.
Yeah, it was. Did he beat up the agents to go get to Mjolnir?
Yeah.
Oh, he was using kicks and crazy fun stuff
in the movie.
Yeah, he beat up the agents for sure.
I need to go rewatch that. I don't remember
that. He had a good wrestle with a big guy at the end that he really had to work hard to beat.
Was it Hawkeye with the call out? He's like a really, really good looking dude, or no, it was Coulson. He was He was calling it in, right? The description of
he calls it in, and he's really good looking, and his hair first. Then he talks about he's gorgeous. He says, and then Hawkeye makes a comment about. He goes, "Oh yeah, it's right about the hair." Then there's the lavender smell later on. Like they really
I thought that was
really a little odd, but they just leaned into some of it. They're just it's a different tone than the MCU for reals.
Yeah, I think Coulson in this was just a tad little creepy.
Sure,
like he's smelling a corpse, going, it smells like lavender. Well, it's like,
why do you make him sound like this? What's that voice? This maniac.
Ooh, it smells like lavender. Oh, Steve. I love Steve.
Oh, like, shoot, we have Pooch 44 now on YouTube as well. Thank you on both sides. He says, is Troy still training in his local sanctum?
Yeah. Is it my hair? Because my hair is so long.
So I think at the end of this episode, the conclusion is we're all getting perms. Can you perm a beard?
A beard.
I think you can perm a beard.
Perm, dude. It's already perm. Look at that. Look at it.
Mine is just like, mine just needs to be cut. It's like, I kind of want to get it cut, but then I kind of still want to grow it out, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it.
Tough life.
Yeah, I just want to experience what long hair is like first time in my life, because me and Kevin, I had the same haircut as you, like, for years, and now it's like, the pandemic let me grow my hair out a little bit, have some fun. But it's the worst thing in the world.
Thanks, Troy.
I do. I still want a haircut.
This combination episode tonight has been a lot of fun, but also has gone on tremendously long. Yes. I appreciate both of you for being here and adding to the conversation. It's always a lot of fun, but it is getting late. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Jason is. He was on Yonge Street buying a Bruce Springsteen record cassette.
In the 1990s. Come on.
Yeah. So, this is an hour where he needs to get to bed.
Man, you know what I actually have to do for real? I was downtown today at the comic store called The Beguiling.
Oh, I know that.
I bought
whoa,
huge stack of really awesome comics. I'm gonna have to do a live stream probably on Sunday and just go through and talk about the comics I got. There was just so much amazing stuff. So I got lots of reading to do and some sorting.
That's fun.
I want to give a big thank you to the chat, everyone who's still watching, Chris and everyone over on Twitch with the raid. If you like what's going on here, we will be talking about the next episode of What If next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube or Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. Troy's got some toys. I have that. Yeah, I have that Thor too. Next, I usually do unboxing Thursdays. It's called Unboxing Thursdays every week at 9 Eastern. But next week on Thursday, I'll be watching Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So we will be doing unboxing Wednesdays. If you enjoyed, if you had a good time, I'm hoping people watching had a good time tonight. Hopefully, give a follow on Twitch or give a sub on YouTube if you would like to. And
you should have left the Odin to unbox on Wednesday.
Sorry, my friend.
His name, Odin
Wednesday.
Yes, it's Woden's Day. I'm not joking. Odin and the name Woden and Wotan, it's the same root. Odin is Wednesday is Odin's Day.
All right, I'll put it back.
Thursday is Thor's Day, of course.
Open it on Wednesday. I'll bore everyone with that story.
Thank you, Mr. Wednesday. You get it right from American Gods.
There's just gonna be so much more toys coming out in the next week. So
I just want to shout out real quick. If you are an action figure collector, I have this Shang-Chi t-shirt. This is the Fiery Chi edition in stock and available now on my website, toyingaround.ca. If you're new here, I post pictures of toys and news and other geeky related stuff on my Instagram at Toying Around. These two amazing gentlemen here. Whoa, wrong screen. Here we go. Jason, where can people see the stuff that you do?
You can follow me on Instagram at Jason Lapidus. You can check out my comics, Group of Seven Comics, at Group of Seven Comics. And hit me up if you want to get some comics or commission or whatever you need.
Fantastic artist. I have some of your work, and it is great.
Thank you.
And Troy, how about you?
Hello, everyone.
All right, let's go. Let's keep it moving.
You could follow me at Troy Collects Toys on Instagram and on YouTube. You could follow me, talk to me, DM me. You know, you can find stuff that I post about, like sightings and all this stuff. You know, me and Kevin are basically the same person, but just different Instagram handles. So, you know, so that's just me. Follow me.
Awesome. Yoko, it's hilarious. She said, man, you talked about toys forever and I missed the whole what if part. Thank you, Yoko, for being an awesome mod. Yoko, on her Twitch channel, she is on the West Coast. So when she finishes the new episode of What If, it is not at an ungodly hour like it is for the three of us on the East Coast at 3:30. So if you want to do a live recap of you know what, maybe we can get Yoko as a guest, I can't say surprise guest now if I said it.
Well, you just don't technically win.
We'll see. I won't tell you. She will be the Hank Pym of our series. But yes, Yoko, you did hit the shout out. Thank you so much, and make sure you check her out. Oh, also, I wanted to check this out. I wanted to show this. I got these new enamel pins on the site. This one says send nudes, and it's noodles.
That's cute. Very cute.
And the Spider-Man pointing at the other Spider-Man one.
Awesome.
I'm a pin collector. I don't know if there's a lot of pin collectors out there, but this is the kind of stuff that makes me laugh. So I'm like, hey, let's put some there as well. Yoko says, what? I don't want to be Hank. Oh, you're Hank. You're Hank. You are you are Hank. Evil Hank. I do want that action figure. So you know what? If there's more what if stuff coming from Toyland. Somebody mentioned earlier, I forget who they said. How do I feel about third-party toys and imports compared to the Legends when we were talking about it? I did want to mention that there wasn't a spot to really fit it in. Any of you want to chime in, take that, or?
Okay, I'll go first. Listen, I'm a Hasbro purist, so my collection is strictly Hasbro. I don't deviate. I won't do third parties. I might do third party like flight stands or like accessories, but the figures themselves and such, I probably will not do it.
Capes and stuff I think are cool. Like cloth stuff I think is awesome. So I got a good cloth cape for my Mandalorian, so his jetpack and cape can be on at the same time. Things like that I think there's some really good options out there. So I'm willing to. It's just cost prohibitive sometimes.
For sure.
Where did you get your Mandalorian cape?
We can same place as Kevin, I think.
Harker Customs, at Harker Customs on Instagram.
That's exactly. Thank you.
Someone's going to have to send that to me because I need a cloth cape for my Mandalorian.
It makes a significant upgrade.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. A Black Series Mandalorian figure with this soft goods wired cape, it's like at that price point, are you really going to make the jump from that to a $100 Mafex or SHF? I don't think you need to. I mean, I sold my SHF Mando as much as I love that character, but Black Series looks great with this cape. I can post some pictures. In terms of how I compare Hasbro to all that other stuff, third party stuff, for however many characters you get, and at that price point and quality, like it's fantastic. I've only had one Marvel Legend break on me in however many years we've been collecting. So for something that's like mass produced, right? It's a huge company making these. It's great, and it's always that line: do I make that jump from a 30 Canadian dollar figure to getting 120 Japanese import? It has to really, really stand out to justify that extra. I mean, there are great figures, obviously, but if I can get the Marvel Legends version of it, I don't have to spend like I think I talked about it last night. I love Mafex Cyclops, but you know, if you have the Marvel Legends, that Jim Lee looking one, you might not want to spend 120 Canadian to get it from Japan, and which I did. So therein concludes this chat. Join us next Friday. I will also be back on Wednesday. Everyone in the chat, special guest Dan Hu, Troy, and Jason, thank you all so much. Everybody have a great night and keep toying around. Peace.